ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Pat Bradley. Tune in every Tuesday when I join Justin and Wes in the Zone. Brought to you by River City Flooring. Visit RiverCityFlooringInc.com, RiverCityFlooringInc.com.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, but a picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks for the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
Call him Ryan, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's the type women wanna be with, and rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top.
There it is. Career start number 100, victory number 1. Ken Duke is the champion.
How about that reaction? How cool is that?
All right, welcome into the zone on a magnificent Monday. We appreciate you being with us. It's going to be a hot show and a hot week, and we are ready for football. It is finally upon us. Wes Moore, the Wizard, Christian Weaver, and Justin Acree, thanks to you for joining us. We got plenty to get to today and try to keep up. You just heard it there. Ken Duke, the champion of the Champions Tour over the weekend, and his first victory on the Aging Golfers Tour. Great to see. So happy for him. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though. We got a very busy show today. Hunter Yurchek's going to join us today.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk to Clint Sterner today. We're getting ready to go with that. That's our first segment. You hearing a big buzz? Is that just me?
I do not. I don't hear anything.
Could be my headset. Clint's brought to you by Motorsports Authority. No, I'm absolutely hearing something. I don't know where that's coming from. Nope. I don't know. Anyway, and we are going to also have Chris Alley. And Chris has a conflict on Thursday. Christian, it wasn't us, it was him. It's not you, it's me. I've heard that before a few times.
I was about to say that.
That's the story of my life. Anyway, he is going to be in from Rock and Roll Sushi, and we are going to get an Average Guy movie review, a special Monday edition. Over the weekend, by the way, Barbie did not win. That's news today. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the entertainment report. So we'll see what he's got cooked up for us. I started watching Suits over the weekend. You guys have watched it before?
I have not. I've heard. I've
got,
been recommended that by someone else.
Yeah, it's
Got
very
Meghan
good.
Markle in it
Meghan Markle, yes. She's darling.
when she was an actor.
This is a long time ago, though. I mean, there's like 8 or 9 seasons of this thing or something crazy
I
like
think
that.
it started around like 2010. Or
It was funny because like one of the high profile lawyers, he went to a car dealership and he was like, "Oh, Tesla, I'm gonna get a Tesla." It was like it had Tesla on the side. It was like a big deal. It was a Tesla. I'm like, dude, okay, it's hilarious because I'd never seen this before. And I'm like, how old is this show?
I was
Old enough that Teslas were a thing then. Like it was a big deal.
I was unaware like Tesla cars existed until probably 4 years ago. 5 years ago.
Well, this was probably at least 8 seasons. I know. Maybe not 8, maybe 6 at least.
Yeah.
But it's good, entertaining. So I didn't watch a lot of sports this weekend, but I did get tuned in thanks to Wes and a couple other texts I got just in time to watch Ken Duke walk in his putt on 18. And that was an emphatic finish with a birdie and a victory in Canada, where he's had a lot of experience playing over the years.
He played so well down the stretch, man. He played well all weekend. I think I started watching on 14. He had about a 10-footer, 12-footer for birdie that would have tied him for the lead, but he missed it. Came back on the next hole on 15 and made a birdie there to tie for the lead. Then 16, he hits it into the sand on the par 3, and dude takes a little sand shot and put it to about 2 feet from the pin for his par to get up and down to stay tied for the lead. One of the co-leaders was already in that clubhouse, so he was done. Ken was playing with the other co-leader. And then on 17, he had a bad drive. Ken hit a bad drive, was in the rough, and 195 out, and he hit a 5-iron up there and chased it up there. And it almost hit the pin, but it rolled past the pin and had probably about a 20-footer downhill, big breaker. And I thought he made that to take the lead, but he missed it. So they go to 18, tied for the lead, at par 5, and Ken pipes his drive and lays up and then hits a little 100-yard shot, 105-yard shot to about 5 feet, hit it past the pin, spun it back, and then made that birdie putt, as we just heard. The guy he was playing with, Tim Petrovic, was struggling down the stretch and just couldn't hit anything close. He kept fanning his irons and didn't have a makeable. It was a tough birdie putt. But anyway, Kim was so excited. Did you pull any of that sound of him afterwards?
No.
He broke up. You know, he got emotional, and it meant a lot to him. You could see how much it meant to him to get back in the winner's circle after 100 events on the Champions Tour. And as he said, to overcome so many injuries to get back in the winner's circle.
It's your mic. That's what it is. Yeah, your mic stinks.
They fixed the arm.
So get a different mic. Grab that mic. You're not going to talk about that anymore. It sounds terrible. That explains it. Okay, good. I was like, something is hissing in the background. I cannot figure out what it is, and it's driving me crazy.
How's that? A little better?
1,000% better.
Huh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Mic 4. Okay, I'm going to send Gary a note. Give me some camp updates. What we get over the weekend? What happened?
Well, he had another scrimmage, second scrimmage of the season. It was closed, so the media didn't get to see it. A long scrimmage, a heated scrimmage. It was hot, and tempers flared a little bit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Tempers
flared.
Really?
They said there was some fights.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does Sam Pittman like his guys to fight like Deion Sanders does?
Well, no. He says it's a teachable moment, a coachable moment, because we can't be getting penalties for fighting in a game. But KJ kind of liked it.
He did?
Yeah.
Gee. Willikers.
I love it, actually. I mean, I love it because it shows the tenacity that you have out there on the field. I mean, of course, we don't want to get penalized for it or make a bad mistake that'll cost us the game. But, I mean, just having that hunger, everybody emotions high, everybody's their mentality, dog mentality, just bringing the best out of each other. I mean, it's iron sharpening iron in that. So, I mean, we know heated situations are going to happen. It's football. So, I mean, just not getting too carried away in those moments to where it hurt the team and affect the team and also hurt yourself by if you do something, it puts you out of game or half or something like that. So, I mean, it's competing. You're competing at a high level. It's football.
I would guess the highlights of the scrimmage is probably the first play and the last play. the first play was a kickoff, and they did a live kickoff, and Isaiah Satania took the opening kickoff back over 100 yards for a touchdown. And then at the end of the scrimmage, they did a little, quick 2-minute drive type situation and got a first down ball on the 40-yard line, 41-yard line, and Cam Little kicked a 58-yard field goal to walk it off.
It's impressive. He's had a great camp, according to the coaches. Again, we have to sort of go off of what they give us, which is a little bit disappointing and frustrating, but I will just quit complaining about it because it's almost here. Here's Coach Pittman on the kicking game.
It was about 140 plays, I think, maybe more because we did get the ball back in 2 minutes. Cam, another highlight, Cam Little kicked a 59-yard field goal today, and I believe he was 100% on his. I think we might have missed one with the twos, and Cam was 100. Boy, he's kicking the ball really well. Punted the ball really well, both of them.
Okay, it's good. Need better punting this year. We've talked about that a lot. And for our caller that complains, I'm sorry you don't get to hear from Scott Fountain, but Coach says that they're punting well. The other one of the other things we've had is Andrew Chamblee, who is Maumelle native, been pressed into action as a starter. Apparently, he is doing well, but still projected, I think, as the backup if everybody's healthy, right? Or maybe not. Got some competition there?
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you, I think Andrew Chamblee, Dev Manuel hadn't played a lot, but I think, and you can ask Seven about that too, but he don't go against him quite as much as he does the other side. But I think Chamblee had, don't you, KJ? I mean, I think he had a really good week, and I think he's solidified at worst that second team left tackle spot.
At worst.
Mm-hmm. Coach made it clear that Chamblee deserved to start the scrimmage because he's been in there all week practicing. Devin Manuel missed the week because of injuries, but returned and was able to go through the scrimmage. So he did say Devin Manuel got some first team reps later on in the practice. So I think it's a competition. And I don't know if it's been decided yet if Manuel's going to get his job back. I expect him to, but I don't think it's a given. Let me put it that way.
It's good. We like competition, right? It's a good thing.
No, it is good. And it's pushing each other. And that's, Coach, you heard him say 7. 7's hard to block. He was talking about Trajan Jeffcoat, the transfer from Missouri. And he has been just an animal this camp. Apparently, Coach called him a freak.
I mean, it's hard to, you got 7. He just walked in. You got him coming off the edge. That's a bad man sitting back there, and it's going to take a really good offensive line. And here's the other thing with him: we're not going into the scrimmage saying, "Okay, we're going to slide to him, we're going to chip him, we're going to do all those things." We're trying to see if we got somebody that can block him.
Yeah, that's helpful. Jeffcoat on Jeffcoat.
You hear your head coach call you a bad man. How does that make you feel? And what's your camp been like?
It makes me feel pretty great. Coach Pittman, that's a great guy to get the knowledge by. So that's pretty cool. I feel like my camp has been great. It's been tough sometimes going against the offense because they got some great plays, got some great schemes. KJ, he be scrambling out the pocket. I can't catch him. But it's been great.
A lot of guys can. Don't feel bad.
Coach went on, and he really is high on Jeffcoat. And at one point, he said, "Guys, let me just show you." Coach stood up at the podium at the table, and he got Jeffcoat to come join him up there on the podium. He said, "Look at me. Now look at this guy. That's a bad man right there. That's the kind. That's what you want him to look like. 6'7", big, tall guy, not much fat on him at all. It can run in the 4s on the 40-yard dash." So they're very excited about him. Feel like the transfer out of Missouri is going to be productive.
All right, much more coming up football related for Arkansas and elsewhere. We'll get to that coming up. Also, we had a little shakeup in the Ryder Cup standings over the weekend as Victor Hovland shoots a final round 61 and wins the BMW over the weekend. And he, or at least some other guys, I guess, upset the apple cart a little bit. Now Brooks Koepka's on the outside looking in. I'm going to guess that he'll be a captain's pick, but who knows? Maybe Ken Duke can get on the list. Is Ken available? Anyway, here's Victor Hovland on his victory.
Definitely has to be the best round I've ever played. Given the circumstances, playoff event at this golf course, and finished the way that I did the last 9 holes was pretty special.
You and I have talked about it all season. Course management has been big for you, knowing when you can be aggressive, knowing when you can pull back. Is today a culmination of you really hitting a different gear because of what you figured out?
Well, I wouldn't say making 7 birdies on the back 9 is trying to play more conservative going into the greens. It just kind of worked out that way. I think it was more of a mindset thing. I think instead of, oh my God, I got a chance to win, I need to birdie this hole, I need to birdie this hole, I need to birdie this hole to have a chance. It was more just, okay, what's the right decision right here now, and then commit to it. And then obviously I hit some great shots. I got a couple of nice bounces and the putts went in, but it wasn't like, I mapped the whole thing out. I was just trying to make the best decision every single shot.
It certainly seemed like you couldn't make a bad decision on that back nine. You will now enter the Tour Championship in the best position you've ever been in. You haven't missed a cut this season. When you take a look at what you've been able to accomplish already, how were you able to do it? And what are you most proud of so far?
Yeah, my ball striking has just been very consistent so far this year, and obviously with my chipping around the green is improved massively. So it just makes it so that even when I'm not on my game, I can still scrap it around at even par and make it to the weekend. A little disappointed that I've had a few bad Saturdays and Sundays in some of the tournaments this year, but two wins have to make up for that.
That's Victor Hovland.
He put on a show yesterday.
61's impressive.
28 on the back with 7 birdies. He birdied 17 and 18, and they were 2 of the hardest holes on the course. Guys were having a hard time making par, and he was hitting it tight. He was firing at pins. It was just one of those where he was in the zone, and he was hitting everything close and made all the putts, obviously, to shoot 28 on the back. But, man, it was fun to watch.
Scotty Scheffler, Wyndham Clark have qualified. Brian Harman, Patrick Cantlay also in. Max Homa and Xander Schauffele tied for 5th and 8th, respectively, in the tournament this weekend. And now they've moved into automatic picks for the Ryder Cup. So Koepka now 7th in points, followed by Jordan Spieth, Cam Young, Colin Morikawa, and Zach Johnson's got some decisions to make. We were also talking about Glover on Friday. Glover's been a hot golfer. I don't know what he did this weekend, but questions remain on what they'll do. I don't know how you could possibly leave Koepka off, but we'll see what Zach Johnson decides on here coming up.
He's got some difficult decisions to make.
He does. You get a lot of good golfers to choose from there, which is a good problem to have, I suppose. Again, Ken Duke coming up here in a little bit. We'll talk to him about his victory over the weekend. Speaking of Homa, Max Homa, who's now in the mix for the Ryder Cup, he was a little bit disrupted this weekend. Says a fan yelled in the middle of his 5-foot birdie putt on Saturday. And he says he was cheering and yelling at Chris for missing his short putt. And he kept yelling. One of them had $3 for me to make mine. And I got to the back of my backstroke and he yelled, "Pull it," pretty loud. I made it right in the middle, and then I just started yelling at him. He says, I love that people can gamble on golf, but this is the one thing I'm worried about. I don't know what he had to lose. He got kicked out probably, and we were the last group. Homa said he called the fan a clown with maybe another word. It is concerning, and golf is where you love the fact that you've got great access and you're close to the players. But if you've got a wager on whether or not a guy makes or misses, and you can yell in the middle of his backswing, now he could stop, obviously, but that is it's a pretty impactful thing to be able to live bet and to be able to impact it. That's concerning, I would think.
Maybe you and they have their way around this. You make it illegal to bet on the course if you're at the event.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, can you geofence it that well?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you can.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly where that phone is, and when you get onto the grounds of that place, you're done.
Well, what if I text my buddy and I say, "Hey, I got this money on this.
True.
Need you to disrupt the guy."
Yep.
That's one of the significant downsides of betting. People who want to try to impact the outcome can't have that. I don't know how you police it, but good luck with that. So sucks. Yes.
Zone question of the day.
Please, let's hear it.
All right. So, how many more seasons does Jimbo Fisher make it in College Station? We were debating this before the show. I put in the tweet, the buyout info.
We're not doing who's on the hot seat.
Well, the names you mentioned were kind of.
Yeah, well, I think people will have suggestions on who they think is out or going to be out or in trouble. But that's fine. Jimbo's buyout, according to a story I saw this morning on CBSSports.com, is $76 million. He ain't getting fired after this year.
Yes. The buyout would owe him $76 million in 23, $68 million in 24, $58 million in 25. It decreases by about $10 million per year until 2030.
What an idiotic contract
so
by A&M.
The options would be fired after this year, fired after 24, fired after 25, or he makes it past 3 years.
And then what? Where's his buyout go out? Does he have a buyout forever, I guess?
His buyout.
Remember when $15 million seemed like a huge buyout?
His buyout in 2030 is about $10 million.
I don't, now that I would think they would write the check for no problem, but I don't understand how you can possibly sign that deal and feel good about it. There are so many good coaches. And again, finding the known quantity doesn't take any skill at all. When Hunter Yurchek comes on, we'll talk to him about that particular issue because you want to get the best guy for the job. But at the same time, is anybody worth having a $75 million buyout?
Yeah, the thing
I don't think so. I mean, maybe Nick Saban, maybe Kirby Smart, but I don't even know if they are.
Yeah, the thing with me is if you're not going to fire him this year, are you okay with paying him?
You can't pay him $68 million either.
Yeah, that's what my thing.
I mean, could they rally the money together? Sure. But I just don't think in today's current situation with people, trying to corral the NIL, you can write a check to a coach for $68 million to go away and try to have any kind of realistic conversation about NIL.
At what point does it become low enough for you to buy it out?
I think $10 million. Maybe what's the one above that?
About 20.
Yeah, maybe 20. I mean, it depends what the outcome is too. Maybe they go out and they kick butt and this whole marriage between he and Petrino works great and they win 10 games this year. Then you're fine. But
what if it's a disaster?
Well, what's a disaster?
Well, similar to last year, where they're,
how many games
trying
did
to
they
make
Were
it
they
to
5-7 last year?
They didn't go to a bowl game.
Okay.
So if they
don't make a bowl game,
yeah,
I still don't think you can justify a $76 million buyout.
Well, it's hard to justify it, but
they've
got enough crazy fans that have a ton of money that they could come together and do it.
It depends why did they go, 5-7? Was it because the quarterback got hurt and the backup got hurt? Was it because this, that, or the other? I mean, I got to know. I mean, there's different factors as to why things happen. So it depends how the season plays out. I don't think it's as simple as this record happened. I mean, you'd have to have a pretty big glaring caveat to the outcome to be able to justify it. But I just don't know how you could possibly. The bottom line is you can't sign that deal in the first place.
Right. At the time, they think they have the next coming of Nick Saban. So who cares about a buyout? We'll never want to fire this guy. We want to keep him here. We're worried about him leaving us.
I think if you thought it through at the time when they signed him, it would have been easy to justify not spending that much money on him. And I know they're desperate to win. But again, you got a guy
he was struggling towards the end at Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy who's won one. I mean, I get it, but there are other guys who are pretty successful. I guess they felt like they couldn't afford a miss. But man, to just open up the bank account.
You spent $100 million on what appears to be a miss.
Yeah,
at least through 3 seasons or what? How long has he been there?
What year is this for him?
Is this year 4?
Came the same time as Pittman?
Sounds right.
Is that right?
Have to go back and look. It's 10:27. I know that. We're going to hit a timeout. As we do, I want to tell you about Max Prairie Wings again. It's going to be 100 all week, and it sucks. And listen, here's the deal. If your air conditioner went out this week, I feel you. And I mean that literally. It's terrible. About to go through that today.
Your air conditioner went out?
Yeah, that's right.
But here's that happen. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it really sucks. So luckily I had somewhere else I could go. But it is not cool. Literally. Walked in yesterday, it was about 83.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not good.
Sorry.
That's okay. There's worse things in the world.
Did you sleep at your house?
Hell no. No. Like I said, luckily I had other places to go. But I will tell you this, soon enough, it'll be fall and we'll be out in the woods and we'll be hunting and getting ready to rock and roll and having a good time. And I'm excited about that. So if you're a bow hunter, you know where to go. Max Prairie Wings or their website, maxpw.com. They have great bow techs. They will personally work with you to build your dream bow exactly the way you want it. Imagine every shot you take hitting its mark with precision and accuracy. Their bow builds come with proper fitting and tuning, ensuring you're locked and loaded for success. And they've got all the top brands, Elite and Matthews, Hoyt and Bear, everything you would want from a bow offering under one roof or on one website at maxpw.com. They also go the extra mile. Custom-made arrows, yes. So many reasons to go to Max Prairie Wings. Don't waste your time with anything less than the best. If you're trying to get outdoors, you can go to the one-stop shop. It is Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. It is an Arkansas tradition. It is an iconic location, and you've got to go by there. It's a playground for outdoorsmen and women and children. Max Prairie Wings, where passion meets precision and online at maxpw.com.
Jimbo's about to start his 6th year at Texas A&M.
Wow, it's been that long.
Hard to believe. Anthony's in Sherwood. Anthony, what's up?
When it comes to Jimbo, there's an old saying in the car business that you make your money when you buy your vehicle, and A&M lost out on that big time because they paid for him up front way too much, and they painted themselves in a hole. So, yeah, they can afford to get out of it, but to get out of it would have to be to admit that they were idiots to begin with, and we all know that they're not going to do that. So, just want to throw that at you.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, to use the car analogy, you basically bought a car that was brand new, and as soon as you drove it off the lot, you realized, it's only worth about 60% of what I paid for it originally. And the thing is, there's a number that Jimbo makes sense for. I mean, the performance is worth maybe a half what they're paying him, or a third of what they're paying him, or 2/3 of what they're paying him. But he definitely is not worth, or at least the results have not been supportive of what he's done.
6 10-win seasons at Florida State. 0 10-win seasons at A&M.
Thank you very much,
His
Wes.
best year was the COVID year in 2020 when they went 9-1 and went to the Orange Bowl.
You can drop the mic after that. Give it to me again. How many?
6 10-win seasons at Florida State, 0 at A&M.
That's all I needed to hear. Thank you very much. For that kind of money, you better get at least one in that mix. 10:30. We're back in a minute. Ken Duke on the other side?
Ken Duke.
Ken
on the other
Duke.
side.
I'm sorry. Champions Tour champion Ken Duke on the other side.
She sends me if I spring a leak. She gives me, I don't have the speed.
Get in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore every day from 10 to 1, live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studios on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is SportsCenter.
The FedEx Cup playoffs have produced some great performances, none better than Victor Hovland's yesterday in the BMW Championship. The Norwegian shot a 61, good enough for 9 under par and good enough for a 2-shot victory over Matt Fitzpatrick and Scotty Scheffler. Hovland made 10 birdies and just 1 bogey on his way to that 61. He had 7 birdies on the back 9, did not record a bogey in that stretch as well. The round was the lowest score in the history of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It is Hovland's 9th professional win and his 2nd this year. He won the Memorial earlier this season. In NASCAR, William Byron dominated at Watkins Glen to get his 5th win of the season. He beat out Denny Hamlin and Christopher Bell. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in to hear what the Head Hog has to say each Wednesday with the Sam Pittman Show, brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai of Conway, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer.
There's nothing quite like outdoor living, and at Razorback Camper Sales, we've been bringing the camping lifestyle to families for over 50 years. We're Arkansas's oldest family-owned RV dealer with the best parts and service department in the state. Razorback Camper Sales has everything you need for travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs or online at RazorbackCampersales.com.
August is here, and so is the start of spooky season. Stores are packed with Halloween decor, candy, and costumes. And car dealerships are flaunting interest rates that would scare Freddy Krueger. It's not that way at Gwatney Buick GMC, next to Sam's in North Little Rock. Gwatney's offering rates as low as 0.9%. This year, say no to candy corn, circus peanuts, licorice, and 4-cylinder full-size trucks. Gwatney Buick GMC's trucks have too many features, too much power, and twice the cylinders. Why go buy a full-size truck with a 4-cylinder when you can get the 5.3-liter V8 with an additional $3,250 off at Gwatney Buick GMC? Buying a car doesn't have to be scary, and shopping at Gwatney never is. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers through credit.
Gwatney for Buick, Gwatney for GMC, Gwatney for life.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
You're back in the zone, live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network and online at 1037thebuzz.com.
I'm on an island, even when you're close.
A lot of 2023s on the lot at Gwatney Chevrolet right now. They want to get rid of them because the 2024s are coming. So they got some great incentives for you in the month of August. They're giving you $2,500 off an Equinox and 1.9% interest on that 2023 Equinox. If you're in the market for a truck, Silverado is the way to go right now. High Country Silverado, $6,000 off. A 2023 Silverado RST, you can get as much as $9,000 off of that RST. They got great financing rates available right now. They also will give you $500 down payment if you trade in an old cell phone. Sure, you got one of those cell phones somewhere just sitting in a drawer. It's worthless. Nope, not at Gwatney Chevrolet. It's worth $500. They'll give you $500 toward your next vehicle at Gwatney Chevrolet. Everyone is improved in the month of August. $2,500 off the Equinox, 1.9% financing. See all these deals I'm talking about at the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Then head to the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville and get you a new ride at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Tomorrow we are on the road. We are going to be hanging out with Arkansas head coach Sam Pittman, who is going to be in town for the first Little Rock Touchdown Club. We're looking forward to seeing him. He's at the Doubletree Hotel, but if you are trying to come and you don't have a ticket, you'll have to listen to him on the Buzz or watch him on the stream when he gets in the big room because they are sold out. It is a hard sellout for Sam Pittman tomorrow, and we will be looking forward to hanging out with him at the 11 o'clock hour tomorrow. But you cannot get any more tickets. They're done. So there you go.
It's a heck of a way to get things started for the Little Rock Touchdown Club.
I would say that's probably the case. So there is no question they could sell out Peyton Manning, but I think they're going to put it in a bigger room where they're going to have a shot to get everybody accommodated. So more news on that to come. Stay tuned.
I thought he said State House Convention Center.
Oh, he already announced it?
I thought he said that this morning. There was a lot of confusion. I got stopped at the gym.
Okay.
I was like, are they moving Pittman? I was like, I hadn't received anything about it, but Pittman's staying. It's
I didn't know that
Peyton
David
Manning
Okay.
at the State House Convention.
Yeah, tickets for that are going to go on sale a bit later. David acted like when I talked to him that he would have plenty of tickets available for everybody to get accommodated. So let's hope that's the case.
Yeah. That's going to be huge, too.
Yeah, huge. And I've heard a lot of buzz about Laura Rutledge, too. People are excited to hear from her as well. So we're going to get to all that, I guess, as the next couple weeks. So is that the first 3 weeks? So Pittman, Laura, Peyton?
Peyton?
I think that's right. I need to get a list printed off. Anyway, let's talk a little golf. 10:37, favorite time of day. We always like when it's 103.7. Head to the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. We're going to talk to a newly crowned winner.
There it is. Career start number 100. Victory number 1. Ken Duke is the champion.
How about that reaction? How cool is that?
How cool is that indeed? Ken Duke joining us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Ken, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you, man. It's you just never know when it's your turn sometimes, and I'm glad it was ours yesterday for sure.
Ken, as the serial killer once said to the police when they finally arrested him, what took you so long? So 100 tournaments in, just the right amount of time for you, apparently. So how did it feel? You saw you get a little bit emotional. I mean, it was kind of interesting, or kind of odd that it came on your 100th start, I guess, on the Champions Tour.
Yeah, I didn't really know it was my 100th. I know the media guy told me that on Saturday. Had no clue, obviously, but it's crazy. You don't get emotional when you're playing, but you do get emotional when you have to talk about it sometimes. But it's just been a long time coming, and I'm so glad to win out there. Obviously, I got a chance to win on the PGA Tour as well, and it's always been a dream of mine to win on both tours, and it finally happened.
10 years between victories, going back to the Travelers, which it doesn't seem like 10 years from my perspective. Did it seem like 10 for you?
No, it seemed like 2 or maybe 1.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it seemed like it was just like yesterday, especially on the last hole. I had 105 yards on my third shot, and that's exactly the same number I had at Hartford in the playoffs, and hit a good shot in there as well.
That's amazing. Well, you obviously did hit it close. I love the way you walked it in. What were you feeling over that last putt?
I told my caddy, to be honest with you, I'm going to hit this straight in the hole. If it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, we'll go to playoff. But I just hit it a little bit firmer, and it held its line, and it went right in the middle. To be honest, I didn't even see it go in. I just started fist pumping, and I just knew it was right there in the center.
I think it was 14. You had a birdie putt and you missed on that low side, didn't hit it as hard, or maybe you didn't play the break. I'm not sure. But did that come into play there where you're like, I'm hitting this firm and in the back of the hole?
Well, I think on that putt, Petro had a putt on a similar line, and we both thought it wasn't going to break as much. But these rules officials and the setup crew, they put these pins on little slopes that you cannot see, and you definitely don't know. And I just didn't hit it hard enough, but I thought that putt was going to be a little bit faster going down that hill, and it just did. But the one on 18, it was just a straight uphill, not even much uphill. I'm just going to hit it straight in. And I just knew I needed to out-putt Petro, or out-ball strike Petro, because he's one of the best players we have on our tour, and I just had to keep plugging along and hope I was there at the end.
Talking to Ken Duke on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. If you're just tuning in, Shock Charity Classic over the weekend in Canada, and Ken is your champion with a birdie putt on 18. This may be a dumb question, Ken, but I've asked you dumb ones before. You're having a great time out there on the Champions Tour, obviously. You don't need the money at this point in your career. How important is winning in the kind of the big scheme of things when it comes to playing at this point in your life?
It's big. That's why we play. Sure, the money is part of it, but that's why we play is to get trophies. And that's why we fight. With all the health issues I've had with my back and my wrist and my type 2 diabetes, you just don't know when it's going to be your last tournament or your last year. And to get a chance to win, that's what it's all about for all of us. Why is Bernard Langer winning as many as he does?
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing it for the money. He's just wanting the trophies. And that's why we practice every day and travel and fight as we go along. And it is a little more laid back out there, but it's so much more competitive than people think.
How much do you grind, or what's your grind like comparatively to what you did when you were on the PGA Tour?
Well, out there on the PGA Tour, it's a lot more pressure because you have to make the cut to go to the weekend. On this tour, you just have to get off to a good start. If you don't, you're still going to get paid by the end of the week. But if you don't get off to a good start, you're going to be 6 or 8 behind. It's a lot more pressure on the PGA Tour. Sure, it's a bigger stage, but it's just a lot more pressure just having to make that cut. It's a mind thing more than anything.
What does the win do for you as far as, your future? It's great in winning and getting that trophy and everything. I saw where you're up to 21 on the Charles Schwab Cup points, but does that win guarantee you anything for your future status?
Yeah, it's a little job security. I'm not sure if it's 1 year or 2 years on the win. I'm just not sure. I know it's a little bit different out here than on the PGA Tour, but more than anything, it gets me all the way through the rest of the year, through the playoffs, through the Tour Championship. And it gets me all exempt all next year. More than anything as well, it just gives you confidence that, these are Hall of Famers and legends out here, and you're competing with them, and you can hang with them sometimes. And that's why we grind every single day.
Ken, you won a couple of times on the Canadian Tour back in your PGA days. Is there something about playing north of the border you like, other than maybe it's not quite as hot?
Well, it's definitely not the taxes, because they tax the hell out of you. But it's, I don't know. This is where I started up here in 1996 for 7 years. I just couldn't make it through the qualifying school to get on the PGA Tour, and I've had a few friends blow me up and said, "Yep, I knew this was going to happen. I just always thought that you would win up here because this is where you started. Won a couple of times, and won the Order of Merit in 1999." And I don't know. It's just sometimes it's just comfortable. The people are so nice and so welcoming, everyone. And each tournament out here is so special that they make it so easy for us and fun. But I don't know what it is up here across the border. I think I go to Tim Hortons every morning to get me a hot tea, and I'm sitting in the parking lot right now waiting to go in there.
I love it. Well, I'm sorry we're delaying your breakfast here, but did you feel this coming? Not necessarily a win, but did you feel good coming in? It's not always indicative week to week. Sometimes we see guys play, poorly one week and come back and win the next week, or you play really well one week and then you can't make the cut the next week. Did you see this coming, playing well this weekend?
Yeah, we usually have a little game on Tuesday, and a couple of guys I was playing with, I played really well, and they said, "Man, you're playing good." I said, "Yeah, been playing pretty good, but just nothing has happened. Just hadn't been scoring, but been hitting some good shots, and not getting it up and down here and there. But got off to a good start, like I said, the first day, and I had a good day the second day, and just kind of rolled with it from there. And I think that's what we do more than any. It's there. It's just you just got to believe it's going to come out, and just be ready for it when it does.
Have you called Zach Johnson to campaign for a Ryder Cup spot yet?
I did talk to Boo Weekly this week. I said, man, they didn't give you the vice captain pick. He said, I don't think they want me on that team. No, that would be great. It's just great for what they're doing. I know. Lucas has been playing great. I hope he gets picked, and hope Brooks gets picked. I see him down at the club a lot. So, man, it's going to be exciting to watch. But I got close one year. I was 18th on that Ryder Cup points, but Paul Azinger had a lot better players than me out there for sure.
Well, I mean, it is a tough choice. I mean, we were talking about it. There are so many quality guys, not only household names, but guys that just have played phenomenal that maybe aren't as popular for the average golf fan as some others. I mean, that's a tough gig, right?
It's tough, Justin. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to be in it. And sometimes it's how guys jive with other guys. I think that goes along with it. They all can play. And I think the U.S. Ryder Cup team going forward for the next, I don't know how many years, are going to be very, very, very strong, kind of like Europe has been over the years. And I can't wait to watch it. And it's going to be exciting, how they pair everybody up. But they all can play. Everyone can play out there.
I was curious, after 17, you pulled your drive over in the rough on the left side. Did you do anything different on 18 with your drive, your swing, to change it up? Because you piped it on 18.
Yeah, I know. I got a call from Bob Toski this morning. He ripped me a pretty good one. He said, boy, you got to start driving that ball a little bit better. And I guess when I got on that tee, and that's my game, is driving the balls in the middle of the fairway. And I kind of struggled yesterday of doing that. I got on that last tee, and I said, I know Toski want me to hit this thing down the middle, so just be comfortable and be relaxed and just hit it straight. And that's what I do, and that's what I did. And you never know when he's going to call you and give you an earful, and it's always special to get a chance to talk to a legend like that.
Yeah, you got a little choked up when you were talking. I mean, just in general, I'm sure you were feeling emotional, but you were talking about Toski as well on the post tournament interview. And if I remember correctly, you guys worked on your swing several years ago, right? Where you kind of shifted to a different ball flight.
Yeah, in 2006, I met him down in South Florida at a charity event, and somebody said, "Hey, why don't you go see Bob? He'll change your life." And I'm like, "Okay, I'd love to." So 2006 is when I started, and I won the Order of Merit on the Korn Ferry Tour that year, and had some great years after that on the PGA Tour. But he keeps things so simple, but he hasn't just touched my life. He's touched thousands and thousands of other people. At 96, he'll be 97 next month, and he's just the words that they do, just kind of like Butch Harmon. They're always positive. There's never a negative word comes out of their mouth, and that goes a long, long way. I mean, everybody can play out there, but when you're talking to a student, you want to be as positive as possible and make them believe that they're as good as they really are.
How much of golf for you at this point is, executing the shot that you want to hit versus the strategy side of it, maybe having the right strategy on a particular shot or playing a particular hole in a certain way?
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the numbers when we get out there. If you have a certain number that it's a stock 7-iron or a stock pitching wedge, it's just like riding a bike. It's you just go at the pin. Sure, you got to play safe at times and be conservative, but it's just you just got to believe it. That's why Tiger is as good as he is and as good as he was playing. He didn't shy away from anything, and I just don't do that enough. I guess I'm not as confident, obviously, as he is, but that's what we do out there. We just we know if it's a good number, we go at it, and that's kind of what I did on 14 and 15, and obviously on 18, it was just a great number for that 52 wedge for me, and exact same number as we had at Hartford, and just good memories from there.
Shaw Charity Classic champion Ken Duke joining us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. It's the first time I've ever introduced him as that. So what's next? What's the schedule bring for you coming up?
I'm flying to Detroit later today, and we're playing there. then I have a week off next week, but I may slip into Arkansas for a couple of days. Just not sure yet. But then I'm back on the road for 3 in a row out west, St. Louis and South Dakota and Pebble Beach. So this road doesn't end. It just keeps going.
Yeah, if that's not indicative of being a professional golfer, I don't know what is. Tell our champion what he's won. A trip to Detroit. All right, everybody, let's hear it for Ken Duke.
Do you always wear the Simmons hat?
Over there to win.
Do you always have the Simmons hat on, Ken, or was that different yesterday?
Yeah, Simmons is a new sponsor of mine the last couple of years, and George and all the crew there has been spectacular. They obviously do a lot of stuff around Arkansas and other states, and just been got a good relationship with them, and they're very special.
It's awesome.
It was got a lot of airplay yesterday. Let me say that.
No doubt.
I know you got your people on your polo and your arms, but that hat, man, that sticks out. You can see that very well.
Yeah, it was great. I stayed up late last night. The replay came on. I think at 11:30 or 12 here up in Calgary, and I stayed up to about 2 and watched the whole replay just to kind of see if it wasn't a dream, to be honest.
What was that hat they put you in at the end when you were taking a photo with the trophy?
Well, the Calgary Stampedes up here, and that's kind of one of their trademarks is present everyone that wins with a cowboy hat. So that's what that was about. And, obviously, the Stampede up here is huge, so it's a big part of this whole area.
Yeah, we need to get Mr. Macris to make you a Simmons Bank cowboy hat for next time around when you defend your title next year.
Oh, we may just have to talk to him about that. That'd be great.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Ken, listen, couldn't have to a nicer guy. Congratulations. Hey, one last thing here. I saw a video somebody sent me a minute ago of you and JD getting a little hug, a little moment afterwards. That was a nice moment for those of us here in the state. Obviously, you guys have a great relationship, and he was happy for you. You could tell.
Yeah, I mean, we're great friends. We spent a lot of time together out here. I mean, obviously, he's who he is, and he's so special. He's been telling me for the last 4 years to go win these blanky blank tournaments every single week, and he's told me that all week this week as well. And I was so happy. I broke down when I saw him right there at the end, and he's just a great friend and a great ambassador to the game of golf. And obviously around Arkansas, he's a rock star.
I think there's a reality TV show in the making there, The Odd Couple. I mean, you two couldn't be more different from the way you live your lives, but boy, two hellacious golfers with Arkansas connections. So that'd be a good reality show, I think.
Yeah, we might just work on that. I might tell him about that tomorrow.
I love it. Well, listen, safe travels. Enjoy your tea, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
Ken Duke, kicking it in
Yeah.
Canada. That's awesome. The north of the border dominance continues for him. That's awesome to see.
How'd you celebrate? I stayed up late and watched
I watched me win. Yeah, watch me win, and then I got a cup of tea in the morning. I'm a wild man. 10:52. I'm guessing JD would not have done the same. Might have been up watching, but probably would not have been waiting on tea for the morning. Anyway, we'll be back in a second and wrap up our first hour.
This is Pat Bradley for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Summer's coming to an end soon, and so will the Great Summer Auto Loan Special from Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Hurry to take advantage of rates as low as 2.49%, 84 months financing, and no payments for 90 days. Apply online at alcoacommunityfcu.org.
Hey, Central Arkansas, are you getting piggy with it and ready for some football? Donate blood with Our Blood Institute at select mobile blood drives August 21st through the 27th for your chance to win one of 2 grand prize football packages that include a pair of September 2nd Little Rock game tickets, 1-night hotel stay, and game day swag. All blood donors will receive a limited edition football themed t-shirt and a free ticket to Magic Springs. So get out on the gridiron and support your community. Visit obi.org/events today.
Listen every Wednesday when RJ Hawk joins his old buddies on Morning Mayhem. Presented by Natural State Wholesale Flooring. See everything that Natural State Wholesale has to offer at naturalstatewholesale.com.
From 67-167, it's Billy and Bubba, the Freeway Boys. Been a heck of a week. Nacho cheese truck turned over yesterday.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Chicken truck spilled today.
There he is.
What you eat?
Chicken nachos.
Trucks are spilling over with savings this month at Gwatney Chevrolet. 2023 Silverado High Country, over $6,000 off. 2023 Silverado RST, over $9,000 off. Plus $2,500 off on all 2023 Equinox in stock and rates as low as 1.9%. Coming from Little Rock? Avoid any construction by taking the Main Street exit in Jacksonville. Right on Main, then left on Bailey to our front door. 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Call 501-982-2102. GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Find new roads. All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Number 24502-24664.
Bubba, I'm thirsty.
Well, maybe a Coke truck will turn over.
David Dunn here with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. We're the area's largest and highest rated independent diesel repair facility for all makes and models, from transmissions and brakes to suspensions and engine repair. If you're tired of high dealership prices and long wait times, come see what family-owned and locally operated really means. Expert technicians and the latest computer diagnostics will get your equipment back on the road fast. Take the England exit on I-440 to Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. 568-2185. That's Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Welcome back to The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network with Justin Acree and Wes Moore.
I got my peaches out.
All right, it's 10:56 up against the top of the hour. Went along with Ken Duke, and what a great visit with a great man, and so happy for him that he's back in the winner's circle. Let's take a couple quick calls, and then we'll wrap up our first hour. Savage, you quit on me in 10 seconds. We got him lined up, and then he hangs up. Come on, Savage. All right, let me get Navy Mike in here.
We got to hit a break. Make it quick.
Yeah, we get 2 minutes. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, Justin? Jimbo Fisher said what you want about the whole contract and all that. He's only had last year was only his second losing season in 13 seasons as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a bad contract? I'm up here. I've been up here in East Lansing on a pipeline job for the last few months, and they think Mel Tucker walks on water. Well, he's only had one winning season in 4 seasons as a head coach.
Yeah.
And, let him have another, disappointing year this year, and then they'll turn on him, quicker than you can blink. That $9.5 million, that's not free money. You got to do something to earn that, just like Sammy P. 2 years ago, that 9 wins got him his big payday, $6+ million. That's not free money. And, Hunter Yurchek has shown that he will pull the trigger if he doesn't feel like you're earning your pay.
Yeah,
Mike, because he's the one writing the checks.
Well, the Mel Tucker conversation comparatively is silly because you got to talk about a couple of shun words here. You got location and expectation. And with all due respect to Michigan State, and they've had some good years, their expectations are not the same as Texas A&M's. So,
right. Well, Nick Saban started out here, so
not having a losing record is not the bar at A&M. Winning 10 games is the bar at A&M, and they aren't achieving it, and they have not reached it yet once, to Wes's point. And I would bet I'd bet parts of my anatomy that they aren't going to get to 10 this year either. Bobby Petrino marriage working well or not.
Right. It's going to be an interesting season, Justin, because it's going to be a proven year for a whole lot of guys across the country, especially in the SEC.
Fair
but
point.
Anyways, that's all I got, and y'all take care.
Be safe on the pipeline, Big Mike. Be back in a moment.
Big Mike, that was Michael Orr.
Not anymore.
No?
No. That's ungrateful, Mike.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis. Brewskis is the spot for lunch downtown. Burgers, wings, sandwiches, loaded fries, and healthy options like wraps and salads. Prepared from scratch daily and made hot and fresh to order. Happy hour starts at 11 a.m. and those drink specials go with everything on the menu. Brewskis, you're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night. This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis. Monday night is poker night with 2 games nightly, 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. only at Brewskis.
Greenway is your local source for John Deere equipment and implements. Now, we've made finding the perfect piece of equipment even easier. Shop our tractor packages online at gogreenway.com. Till deeper with our down-to-earth package. Or save big with our Green Saver package. Need something with a little more muscle? Kick it up a notch with Greenway's Get In Gear package. We're here to support the DIYer in you. No matter what project comes your way, Greenway has you covered.
Join Kevin McPherson, Arkansas's premier basketball recruiting analyst, each Friday on Drive Time Sports. Brought to you by Fence Brokers. Fence Brokers, going the extra mile.
The countdown is on. 12 days until Razorbacks football. On your home for the Hogs in Central Arkansas. 103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
With the extreme heat on the way, the city of Little Rock is opening some cooling centers this week. The East Little Rock Community Center will open today through Thursday from 9 to 6. The city is also opening the Dunbar Southwest, Stevens, and West Central Community Centers as cooling centers. They will be open today through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6. A Lono County man is waking up behind bars this morning after deputies arrested him Sunday afternoon on child porn charges. 61-year-old Thomas Pearson of Keogh was taken to the Lono County Detention Center where he was booked on 30 counts of child porn. Pearson is charged with distributing, possessing, or viewing matters depicting sexually explicit conduct involving a child. He's being held without bond pending his first court appearance. For more news and weather, download the free KTV News and weather apps from the Channel 7 Newsroom. I'm Ryan Houston.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Extreme heat expected all of this week with a high today around 101, heat index 110 or above, and the heat builds the rest of the week all the way up to 104 actual temperature Thursday and Friday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at Benihana, lunch only hibachi chicken, $14.95, which includes Benihana soup and our famous fried rice. Come see us at lunch.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
In sports, every coach is looking for the winning combination. Arch Marine in North Little Rock is no different. The reason being, they have the winning combination. G3 boats with a Yamaha motor. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, so can you.
The Zone is on the road this Friday. Justin and Wes are heading to McDonald's on Arkansas Avenue in Russellville for the Change Roundup, benefiting Ronald McDonald House. Help the families of Ronald McDonald House Friday when you round up and let Ronald McDonald keep the change.
From sales, service, parts, and rental equipment, River Valley Tractor does it all and does it right. Your leading Kubota dealer is right around the corner with 5 locations throughout Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor, serving Central Arkansas and Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, and Pine Bluff. Work smarter this year, not harder, with River Valley Tractor. Online at rivervalleytractor.com. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
Does your knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulder or your hip, maybe even your back? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only options. Take my advice and call my friends over at QC Kinetics. Hey everybody, it's RJ Hawk. QC Kinetics can make that pain go away with all natural advanced regenerative medicine. They're helping people all over Central Arkansas every single day with this amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged tissue. It's just like turning back the clock. Regenerative medicine uses a concentrated healing agent from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so that they'll work like they're supposed to. And there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients are getting real lasting relief and are saying no to surgery and no to drugs. And the consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics today at 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson here with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs. And I want to thank all our customers for making HJ Trailer Sales the #1 trailer and truck bed dealer in the state of Arkansas. With fall almost here and everyone heading to the woods, I want to let you know that we're here to keep your trailers on the road with a great repair shop. So come see us at HJ Trailer Sales, where we make you the priority and where you will also find that we keep our word. We're family owned and operated. Check us out at hjtrailersales.com or on Facebook.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. October the 12th, 1929 was the beginning of big-time college football in the South, as Georgia hosted mighty Yale in the first game at Sanford Stadium. The upstart Bulldogs upset the Ivy Bulldogs 15-0. The two football programs were never the same. Yale went back to legacy admissions and skull and bones, and Georgia became football crazy. This year, Georgia is going for 3 national championships in a row. Whether they get it or not, one thing is certain. It won't be Yale hosting the trophy. They always say that it just means more in the SEC, but they never say that in the Ivy League. It does just mean more at Doublebee's, where you can enjoy some tasty Chester's chicken or some Big Rock pizza. And if you need some cash, all 34 Doublebee's locations have ATMs for your convenience. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
You're in the zone. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires, they have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
In camp, I think you have to talk to your kids. To a man, they really liked the early morning practices, and we're going to keep that. I mean, they liked it. They practiced hard. We're going to be ready for the heat in 2 weeks, because we got 2 weeks of afternoon practice. Before you asked me about the air conditioner, it's supposed to be ready to go on Monday.
Okay, then. Air conditioner, anyone?
Their AC will be working, but not yours.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, the indoor facility never had an air conditioner. And they said it was so hot in there, you weren't escaping the heat at all.
It would be hotter in there, probably.
They have these huge fans that are blowing, but it's just blowing
hot air.
Hot air.
Kind of like the show. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your. No, please don't. Actually, that's a lot of humanity in there. Everybody, keep your clothes on.
All your pads.
Yes. So keep on all your pads. Coach Pittman wasn't worried about pads or heat or anything else. He was worried about penalties over the weekend in the scrimmage. Here he is talking about that. By the way, Hunter Yurchek coming up in mere moments. He's the athletic director at Arkansas, in case you haven't heard.
If I was disappointed in anything, it would be the number of times that we got called holding on the edge and on offense. I think our defense cleaned up their penalties until the very end on the last 2-minute drill. And we got a couple of holdings on that.
Isaiah Satania making news as well. Everybody expecting big things from the speedy receiver from Arkansas, and got a perspective on him from offense and defense. KJ Jefferson and Trajan Jeffcoat on Mr. Satania.
Extremely playmaker. I mean, just how versatile he is. I mean, as a receiver, and then for him to go back there to return kicks and to start the opening scrimmage out with a kickoff return as big as it was. So it's extremely blessed and honor to have Isaiah, the type of teammate he is, that's willing to do anything for the team, to go out there and return kicks and be he gets some reps in at punt return and at receiver. So having a versatile guy like that that's willing to do whatever to make the team win and help the team out. So
yeah, it definitely brought chills to my body to start it out like that. That was an it factor play. So very fortunate to have him on our team. Very versatile, very swift, very elusive. I'm thankful to be on the team with him.
Tell you what, Jaden Jeffcoat's got
deep voice.
Got that timber in there, man. Barry White going. Golly.
He was hard to understand at times during the press conference because
Too
it's
deep?
so deep. Yeah.
Too deep. They call him Tree.
Why?
Great question, Wes. Perfect setup. Thanks for the softball.
It's a long story. I had this nickname since high school. It was a misunderstanding with my high school D-line coach. He was like, what's your name? I was a skinny freshman coming in. He was like, what's your name, son? I was like, Trey. And my voice was so deep for my age. He was like, what, Tree? And I was like, no, it's Trey. So at first it was just like a laughing type of thing, laughing stock thing. It was a joke, but that name stuck ever since because God blessed me to be the height I am. So yeah, it stuck with me.
Yeah, stuck with me because I'm a gigantic. Yeah, it's nice.
God bless him with something else too.
Yeah.
That deep voice.
That deep voice, exactly. I don't know if he does any singing, but the guy's got a heck of a voice. Anyway, we are expecting a call momentarily from the athletic director at Arkansas on Friday. If you missed it, and I would definitely encourage you to go back and check it out if you did and you're interested in it. I thought we had a really nice visit on Friday with the gentleman who runs the NIL program for Arkansas, Terry Prentice. I thought pretty insightful. We talked about a number of different topics related to NIL and got into a little bit about what other schools are doing and what kind of trouble they've caused themselves, and then sort of the separate sort of entities that are the NIL and the collective and how they all sort of intermingle together. And then, trying to identify money going towards the athletic department for basic needs and things like facilities and such. And then also, obviously, you want to fund this collective over here too. You need people to support that as well. So it's a slippery slope to some degree, if I can say it that way, or you could say it's a challenging time in college athletics in a way that it probably never has been before.
Or you can say it's an opportunity.
Okay, there's a cup half full.
It's an opportunity to where you can give to, let's say, the one Razorback Fund, or you can give to the Razorback Foundation, and or both,
right?
And support the program in many different ways.
Well, that was interesting, and that was what stood out. And again, we didn't get into amounts, and that wouldn't really be appropriate now, would it? But he said, this is what Terry told us, was that people aren't going either or. They're finding a way to get money in both. And so it's nice to have that kind of situation where you can contribute to both if your passion is there.
A passionate fan base is where I was about to go. You see what the Razorbacks are doing across the SEC. They love to put out that tweet, and Hunter Yurchek's done it before. The number of SEC championships in the past year. It's not, we tend to think football, baseball, basketball, but there are so many other sports, and they're being successful. They're competing at the highest level in the SEC in just about every single sport. We've seen the SEC championships, and then you see what Musselman's doing in basketball, and you feel like Pittman's making strides in football. So if you're going to compete in the SEC in every sport, why can't you compete in the SEC in NIL, right? And raising money for the foundation, and that's what they're trying to do.
Great point. Coming up, Hunter Yurchek. We've also got our friends from Rock and Roll Sushi coming up in the final hour. We're going to have a special appearance from Chris for our Average Guy movie review. And today he's reviewing Jesus Revolution. So we'll look forward to talking to Chris in the final hour. Trying to get Wes on camera, but he didn't seem to be too interested in it. He's texting others, getting things worked out over there. Later in the show, too, we're also going to have tickets to give away to
Three Doors Down.
Three Doors Down, my friends. September 8th at Simmons Bank Arena. And we've got tickets all week long, every day during birthday trivia.
That's what it looks like.
One more reason to listen, my friends. One more reason to listen. We're on the road tomorrow. Little Rock Touchdown Club sold out for Sam Pittman. Not surprised. And we're looking forward to hanging out with Coach a little bit tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to McDonald's in Russellville. So heading up to Russellville and hanging out. And we're going to be raising awareness and hopefully a little money for the Ronald McDonald House.
I'm loving it.
I see what you did there, Wes. There you go. Also want to remind everybody that on Thursday, and I think, in fact, I'm sure that Larry is coming up on Wednesday, the morning show, Morning Mayhem, is at the Butcher Shop. They are going to be raising money with the steak and eggs breakfast for Youth Home. So encourage you to go by and see them and have a little breakfast and support Youth Home. And they're doing great things, and they need money to make it happen. So encourage you to go by and hang out, buy a little breakfast. It's 7 to 9, $15 at the door. for the steak and eggs breakfast at Youth Home or for Youth Home at the butcher shop. What?
We're good. He'll be calling
Thanks.
momentarily.
That's great. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Really good.
I was getting a little nervous.
Dynamite drop in.
Yes.
Well, that's fine. You're doing background work. I appreciate that. Navy's fan club on Asher Record Live fan feedback. How was the Little Rock Christian Benton scrimmage? I saw some places where the analyst has them under 5 wins, actually. Who are you talking about? A&M? I don't think they'll beat BYU. Oh, Arkansas. That is my realistic expectation. I think the A&M game will surprise people. Arkansas will need to score a lot to win that game. Maybe so. Mike Petrino certainly had Arkansas scouted up pretty well last year when he was at Missouri State.
Losing to BYU would be pretty bad.
Yeah, I agree.
That would be very, very disappointing, especially the way you played them last year there, and then they come back here.
And they don't even have their quarterback.
Last year. Ryan says the net punting average is a number that gets overlooked. It's huge over the course of a game as far as field position. Okay. Well, we were talking about punting, and frankly, it wasn't very good in any shape or form. That was the thing last year. It was like, yeah, that punt wasn't far, but at least it was low. That's not good. Yeah, it wasn't very good all the way around.
I'll take a 40-yard punt with a high hang time.
No doubt.
With no return. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you kick that 60-yarder and they return it 25 yards, and that's a net 35.
Yep.
But we were seeing punts kick 35 yards and return 10 yards. That's a net of 25.
Clint Sterner is going to join us at the bottom of this hour as well, courtesy of Motorsports Authority. He'll be back every Monday and Friday with us like he was last season. It was great having Clint on a couple times each week, once as a recap, once as a preview. Also, Quinn Grovey is back this year, and this year he is brought to you by our friends at Bell and Swart up in Conway. He'll start next week. So we've got some good segments coming up again this fall. And I will also tell you that we have got Zach Williams lined up to be on the show this fall, who is a legacy Razorback and also going to play a significant role in the defensive line this year. Still looking for a sponsor on that one. And if you're interested, sales at signalmedia.com. If you want to sponsor Zach Williams on the show this year, we do have an opening for that particular situation. And I will tell you, too, segment, we had him on at Countdown to Kickoff. I thought Zach was absolutely fantastic. Showed a lot of personality. He's obviously a guy who loves the Razorbacks. Didn't have to come back this year, but decided to for his 5th year. And, he's got a great story. Dad almost didn't end up at Arkansas, and thank God he did, because Zach followed in his footsteps. He had plenty of other options as well, but it was great to get Zach in Fayetteville, and he's been a great Razorback, and I thought he was a great representative of the university when he was with us at Countdown to Kickoff. He did not one but 2 segments, one in the legacy segment and then one talking about the current team, and I thought he was really, really good, showed a lot of personality, and I think it'd be a great segment this fall.
And I expect him to have a good year. But that rotation of the defensive line is going to be something that we're not used to seeing, to keep guys fresh throughout the entire game. Yep. So that when you have fourth quarter, and we've seen some fourth quarter failures over the years, the hope is that they're going to be deep enough. Their guys are going to be the ones that are fresh in the fourth quarter and can get some big-time stops there in the fourth quarter.
Let's hope so.
Over on the Southern Structural Solutions text line, we've got Cattleman. According to my research, Sam Pittman has only one losing season at Arkansas, and that was the COVID year, his first year. So shut up, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. That's usually my message to Mike, regardless of what he's talking about.
Navy Mike talking about free money when he's on the job calling sports radio, spreading doom and gloom. Well, we don't know if he was technically working. Maybe he's off right now.
Could be. He's always a little off, isn't he?
The absurd head coach football buyout accounts are exactly why no head football coach should have a problem with a kid making tons of cash off of their NIL deals. And coaches aren't. Coaches are in favor. You're not going to hear coaches complain about NIL. They can't. Well, this is a recruiting tool.
Yeah.
We've
seen it. I mean, Lane Kiffin did
100%
last month.
Yep.
What did he say?
Remember we talked about it, that he had a very unpopular opinion that was a very common opinion, but not among coaches.
I think Wes may have been off that.
I think you were off that week when he was at Media Day. He talked about it.
Huh?
Yeah.
He complained about it pretty big, and people were criticizing him because they're of course spending a lot of money, but you have to play the game even if you don't agree with it.
Right. And part of it is there's no even or anywhere close to a level playing field.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think anybody's begrudging the players for getting money anyway.
My air went out yesterday. This is from the 501 on the text line.
Is that Justin texting?
It was 88 degrees in my house when I went to bed.
Yep. I can't. I mean, I applaud people who can. If you don't have another option, that sucks. If you don't have a friend you can stay with or somewhere you can go, I mean, my gosh, that's rough.
Yeah, we stayed at ours when ours went out, and it took like 3 days.
I went in there yesterday, and I was like just getting things together for today, not knowing I wasn't going to stay there. And I was like, after like 15 minutes, I'm thinking, dear Lord, it's brutal. I mean, we're so soft as a society. I mean, I'm so weak, but it's awful. And I can deal with it. Like I can hang out in 88 degrees, but trying to sleep in that, I mean, I was literally sweating. I woke up sweating and I was like, okay, this is not good.
Yeah, the last time our air went out, that's what happened. I woke up that morning sweating. I'm like, man, am I getting sick? What is wrong? Why am I sweating? I'm thinking I've got something, and I get up and walk to the air conditioner, and I see it was something as simple as the compressor went out.
Yeah.
Not the compressor, the whatever. It was a cheap fix. So it wasn't the compressor.
Guess who doesn't know how to fix AC?
Yeah.
All of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now, what it was called. But anyway, and they fixed it quick. It took less than 30 minutes to fix it.
Oh, really?
But,
okay.
Yeah. Hopefully that's all that's wrong with yours. But what it was doing was
How long is it going to take
blowing
to cool 88
hot
down?
air.
Yeah, that's what mine was doing. Mine was blowing. It just wasn't blowing cold air.
Yeah, I bet that's what it was. And they said they see it all the time right now in the Arkansas heat. There's this little part, and it's almost like a fuse to when your air comes on. It controls the load of the electricity load, so it doesn't mess up your air conditioner, and it just pops it. And it's right there on the tip of my tongue. Somebody's gonna. Yes, that's it. Thank you, guys. Now it's coming in the capacitor. I bet
Flux capacitor?
Yep.
I'm not trying to go back in time, Wes.
Your
I'm just trying to get some
capacitor's
cold
out.
air.
Yep.
Could be.
Yep.
Could be.
It's generally the capacitor. It's a $20 part.
$20 part,
It costs a little
$250 fix.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't care. Look, you think I wouldn't pay that right now?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, it's worth every dime. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys. Tons of them coming in. It's a capacitor.
Capacitor.
The
Capacitor.
capacitor's out.
Uh,
Ethan in Atkins says his went out last week.
Okay.
501 says, Wes, it's the capacitor. Thank you. Buccaneer Boyd, it's generally the capacitor. 501, bad capacitor. There you go.
Thank you. I guess it must be the capacitor.
Let me try to fix that for you.
Yeah. Can you? Probably save me a little money.
Yeah.
Question of the day today is, how long does Jimbo Fisher stay at College Station? And again, you must consider his buyout. CBS Sports put out a thing about coaches in the hot seat. He's 39-21, Jimbo is, and his buyout this year is $76 million. Christian, what's the leading? I said more than 3 years. I just don't know how you can justify the money otherwise.
I guess it really depends on how bad it gets.
Well, the other thing is, who are you going to get that you can say this is an absolute, can't miss, no doubt, got to have him proposition? Because guess what? Nick Saban ain't walking through that door. And guess what? Kirby Smart ain't walking through that door. So who can you get that you can guarantee me is a no-brainer, will fix it? Maybe Coach Kelly, but he ain't leaving LSU anytime soon.
No.
I bet that what it would cost him to buy him out of his LSU contract would be too significant. Who else is a hot commodity right now? I mean, you want Lincoln Riley? You ain't going to get him. He got a private jet and a bunch of money.
Lane Kiffin, if he has another good year at Ole Miss.
Is Lane Kiffin a better bet? An automatic slam dunk, no-brainer? I mean, you can make an argument for him against Jimbo right now, but I can't say that you're going to pay a whole bunch of money. You want to pay $100 million to make that swap? I don't think so. Anyway, according to CBS Sports, here are the hot seat coaches. What?
Urban Meyer.
All right.
There you can, yeah.
I'll listen to that. Yeah. Pigskin's rolling over in his grave right now, except he's not dead. Neil Brown from West Virginia, 22-25 at West Virginia. CBS says that he's got a win or be fired. His buyout's $13 million. That's easy peasy, right? Danny Gonzalez, New Mexico, 7-24 at New Mexico. I don't know if anybody can win at New Mexico. I don't know if Nick Saban can win at New Mexico.
Tough job.
His buyout's $400,000. Okay, so if that tells you what kind of playing field they're working on over there, pretty good. Okay.
What conference are they in the Mountain West?
One of them's independent, New Mexico or New Mexico State.
I think New Mexico State, the Aggies are independent.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's where he is. Ryan Silverfield. If I didn't tell you already today where he coached, and I said that name, would you know where he was?
I wouldn't.
If I said who's Memphis' head coach and didn't give you Ryan Silverfield, would you have known Ryan Silverfield?
Is this their second one after Norvell, or is that he the guy that replaced Norvell?
He's 21-15. So that's only 2 seasons. Mike's been at Florida State.
That's 3 seasons. So I think
35.
he's the
You're
guy
right.
that replaced him.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
That's right. $2 million buyout. And again, I don't know what kind of money they're working with over there. Nope. Justin Fuente was there for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I remember that.
Yep.
He got he got another job.
Is this Norvell's 5th year at Florida State?
That does not sound
Fuente
right.
was there for 1 season. It's okay. We'll be all right. It's all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff Hafley, Boston College, 15-20 at Boston College. It says pressure is mounting. This is according to CBS. They said the same thing about Silverfield. Buyout, if fired this season, $10 million. That's a pretty significant number for Boston College, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Tom Allen, Indiana, 30-40 in Indiana. It says winner be fired, $20 million buyout. They're not going to fire him for $20 million, are they? Seems crazy. to
Yeah,
me.
that does.
At Indiana, it's not a great job anyway.
No.
No.
I mean, they're waiting for basketball season, aren't they?
What's the guy's name again?
Tom Allen.
He was in the running when Brett was trying to become Arkansas head
Yeah.
coach, I think.
He had a couple really good years. They've been 6-18 lately, though. That's
They
not
had
good.
Michael Penix Jr. when he had those good years.
Yep. Butch Jones is listed here. On my list. Talk to CBS Sports. CBS says start improving now. $3.3 million buyout. Here's what they say about Butch. 5-19, by the way. This summer, after his debut at Arkansas State, Butch received a 1-year extension, which we were all kind of like, okay, interesting. Jeff Purinton, new AD, of course, would make the decision in this case with the aid of boosters, and he never had to fire a football coach in his career after previously working in various roles at Alabama. No kidding. That's one thing you know at Alabama you don't have to do as the AD is fire the football coach. Says this was supposed to be the rehabilitation project for Jones after losing his job at Tennessee and serving under Saban for a couple of years, but it hasn't worked out that way yet, I will say. Jones understands there's a great deal of frustration surrounding his program and reminded fans last season that it was going to take time to get it fixed. How much time does he really have, though? If he's his own worst critic, Jones knows that 5-19 over the first 2 seasons isn't getting it done. $3.3 million buyout.
That's pretty large.
I would be surprised.
Yeah, I would be too.
It depends what the year looks like. I don't know what. Again, it's all based on what the year is going to look like.
The results of our question of the day, fired after this year is leading at 45%, even after including the buyout info.
Quick break.
Hunter, your check. 11:30.
I'll text Clint.
Okay.
Shifting. We're live radio. That's the way it goes.
Yes.
Organic process.
Thank you.
Back in a sec.
Razorback legend Quinn Grovey joins Randy Rainwater and Rick Schaefer on Drive Time Sports every Wednesday afternoon at 4. Brought to you by the DHR Group of Sonic Drive-Ins.
This is Sports Center.
The Arkansas Razorbacks football team finished their fall camp with their second and final scrimmage on Saturday. Afterwards, Coach Sam Pittman spoke to the media about how he feels about his team.
They're physical. The heat was a little bit of a problem with emotions today that we've got to get under control. We will. And we got a good culture. I think our kids like each other. I think they love each other, and they play hard. And you're going to win a lot of games being able to do that. We got a tough football team.
We are now just 12 days away from Arkansas kicking off their season against Western Carolina at War Memorial Stadium. And tonight in the NFL, there is one preseason game. The Ravens will take on the Commanders at 7. Coverage can be seen on ESPN. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
There's nothing quite like outdoor living, and at Razorback Camper Sales, we've been bringing the camping lifestyle to families for over 50 years. We're Arkansas's oldest family-owned RV dealer with the best parts and service department in the state. Razorback Camper Sales has everything you need for travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics. Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agent Matt Warden in Little Rock, Seth Hobbs in Bryant, or Nick Gennardi in Sherwood.
From the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, you're in the zone. Want to get into the show? Call or text 661-1037 or leave a message on our live fan feedback. Now, let's get back into the zone.
All right, welcome back. It is 11:30. Let's get right to the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Arkansas Athletic Director Hunter Yurachek standing by. Hunter, welcome back. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are great. Wes, check the big board behind you. How many days to football?
The big board says we are 12 days away.
And that's probably true. Hunter, 12 days away. What's top priorities this week for you as we get closer to the start of the season?
Well, top priorities right now have been bouncing around from team meeting to team meeting as we welcome our student athletes back on campus. Obviously, our football, women's soccer, volleyball, and cross-country teams have been here, but all of our other student athletes really reported over the weekend. We have kickoff team meetings. And then, of course, my staff is working with the folks over in Little Rock to get ready for the season opener over at War Memorial Stadium against Western Carolina. And then we're putting some final touches on some major innovations we did in and around the stadium, installing a new south end zone media board here at Razorback Stadium, brand new LED boards that really almost do a 360-degree wrap of the stadium. We built out 2 new founder suites, and of course, right outside my office here in the Broyles Center is the new Big Red's rooftop bar that will open up officially with the BYU game.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. Ironic twist that we're going to open up the bar for the Mormons,
BYU.
but that's cool. So are you guys further along in your project than Vanderbilt is? Because it looked like they were a little behind schedule.
Yeah, I can't comment on Vanderbilt's schedule, but yes, we will have all of our projects done by our season opener, our season opener here in Fayetteville on September the 9th.
Okay. I don't know what kind of crowd Hawaii's bringing. They've obviously got more important things to deal with right now, but that'll be an interesting opener for them. And, of course, they open this weekend. We're ready for college football, but some people obviously have to put the finishing touches on the field or stadiums before we get there. So there are some other activities planned, I understand, around the game in Little Rock. Can you tell us what you guys have lined up this coming week?
Well, I know that there'll be some things Friday night for fans to be on the lookout. Our band and cheerleaders will be around. I think there's something on the riverfront there. Obviously, there'll be some tailgating activities outside of the stadium. And, of course, the Razorbacks will be coming to open up the 2023 season there against Western Carolina. So should be an exciting day in Little Rock. And, as always, we look forward to coming there to War Memorial Stadium and embracing our fans in Central Arkansas and across the state.
We just heard from Coach Pittman, and he said he thought the AC would be working inside the indoor facility on Monday. Is it going to be working for him?
Guys, we're close. I can't confirm that it'll be working today or not, but we're really close to getting that unit fired up. And boy, I'm sure it's hot there in Little Rock, but I mean, we're expecting it to be 100 to 203 degrees here for the next several days here. Our team now is forced with classes starting to practice in the afternoon, so the AC will definitively come in handy and help us get a quality practice in for sure in this heat.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the future cast, but hopefully we get a little better weather next week as we get ready for game week here in Central Arkansas. Hunter Yurachek joining us on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline, talking about the upcoming season. Okay, so let me give just kind of an overview from an AD standpoint. I think the anticipation for this team is extremely high. Everybody's excited. You got a couple of guys who are legitimate Heisman Trophy candidates or could get into the conversation with some good play. As we enter the year, it's always exciting times, but I mean, this season seems to have a little extra juice to it.
Yeah, I've gone into the last few seasons using the words cautiously optimistic. This year, I'm just optimistic. I think we have a chance to have a really good season. We've got some senior leadership that starts with KJ Jefferson and Rocket Sanders. I think by watching practice, we've done a really good job filling the hole we had at wide receiver. The defensive line looks really, really good. Our secondary's improved. I think if we can stay healthy, and that's the key, especially there at quarterback, and we've got great depth at running back, that we have a chance. Now, we have, in all respect to our first 3 games as well, Western Carolina, Kent State, and BYU, we've got a really tough stretch going to LSU, Texas A&M, Dallas, at Ole Miss, and at Alabama. Those are 4 really key weeks that will define, I think, what our season could or could not be.
So I like to talk about competition, but I need to talk about the business of sports too. And recently you caught some attention by writing an op-ed, and then Jay Billis picked it up and kind of came at you, and you went back at him and offered him an all expenses paid trip to Fayetteville to help explain to him how the business of college athletics works. A, has he taken you up on it? Let's start there.
He has not.
Okay. So for those who missed the story or don't like to read things, could you give us the gist of what your point was? I mean, from my recollection, we're talking about potential revenue sharing with student athletes. This is separate from NIL, and obviously that's raising some concerns from somebody in a position like yours. Not that you don't want to help the athletes, but the business model just doesn't work.
It doesn't. I mean, we have a budget that this year is roughly $150 million, and I will tell you that we will reinvest just about $150 million into the 19 sports programs that we field here at the University of Arkansas. And so if you talk about the potential of having to share revenue, whether that's 10% of that revenue, which would be $15 million, or 20%, which would be $30 million, I don't have enough places that I could cut without cutting sports to make that work. So as we look down the barrel of potentially having to share revenue with legislation that's been presented out in the state of California, which really got this NIL ball started rolling 4 or 5 years ago, we have some significant challenges we're facing in college athletics, whether those on the outside believe it or not. And so that's why I'd asked Jay just to come sit down with me. I'll be very transparent about our finances, where our revenue comes from, where our expenses are, just so as a member of the media that's got a prominent following and a voice, that he's well informed about where we are in college athletics. And we're talking about schools in the SEC that is the top of college athletics that are facing some significant financial challenges in the future. So imagine what those that are not in the SEC, but other Power 5 institutions, Group of 5 institutions are facing.
There's no doubt about that. We had Terry Prentice on Friday, Hunter. It was really, I thought, eye-opening conversation. Nothing shocking, but it was good to get some insight into how this is all working. You guys have certainly been on the forefront of handling the NIL, setting up a system to make sure your athletes are taken care of. I think you've done a great job. We started talking a little bit about collective versus NIL, and then also the funding of the athletic department. It sounds like you guys, because you've got passionate fans who are willing to give a little extra, that there aren't people choosing between maybe supporting the NIL side of things and the traditional fundraising portion of what you guys need from an athletic department standpoint. Sounds like people are maybe kind of helping to support both.
Sure. And, we've asked Razorback fans in the past to be members of the Razorback Foundation that helps provide scholarships to student athletes, and then to purchase season and single game tickets that go to help our bottom line kind of operating budget for our department. And then we ask them to give to capital projects, like the Jones Center, the Broyles Center, the J.B. and Donnell Hunt Baseball Development Facility, the O'Meara Track and Field Facility. And now there's this other component that has come into the mix here in the last 12 to 18 months, which are collectives. And so your donors are going to have to make a choice of where they want to invest their discretionary income with the Razorback athletic program. And there's a finite number of those resources to go around. And so that there are some very challenging decisions. Now, NIL, the way it was intended, is really, really positive for student athletes. If you have built your brand and you have some recognition and a business, a product or service wants to use you as an endorsee for that, that is really positive. That's above board NIL, and that's what student athletes should have the opportunity to take advantage of. This collective piece is really what's gotten into the recruiting and inducement It's making coaches, I think, make some decisions about their livelihood, integrity, lack of integrity, things of that nature. And that's the bad part of NIL that we need to really get some guardrails and a handle on and get that out. Student athletes should have an opportunity to make legitimate money, legitimate NIL endorsement agreements. The collective stuff, that is a total farce around this country.
What is your suggestion to fix it?
My suggestion to fix it is simple, that 125 athletic directors around the country have the courage to stand on the island together and say, we're going to do away with collectives. But because we are so competitive that no one wants to be the first one to take that step, including myself. But we don't need to go to Congress to fix this. We just have to have the courage within college athletics to fix our own model.
I know you're very proud of the One Razorback Fund. How is it doing?
We have incredible fans that are incredibly passionate about Razorback athletics. When you talk about the fact that we're close to selling 50,000 season tickets here in Razorback Stadium this year, and we're sold out of 173 suites here at the football stadium. We're sold out for men's basketball already for next season. That includes 44 suites. We're sold out in Baum Walker Stadium. That includes 32 suites. Razorback fans have been incredible in supporting every initiative that we put in front of them. But again, there's a finite amount of money to go around, and we and our donors are having to make some really challenging decisions on what direction to place those resources moving forward.
What is your biggest worry as an AD? What keeps you up at night?
Well, I'm exhausted at the end of most days, so I usually sleep pretty well. But obviously, the model that we have right now is not a great model. Yes, again, let me go back. The pure NIL model, that the 2 to 3% of student athletes that have a legitimate value to the name, image, likeness, that is a positive, and that should remain in place. But the collective piece and even the transfer piece is becoming a challenge. And do I think student athletes should have the opportunity to move to, if they've made a poor decision or not going to get playing time, they put so much time and effort into their craft not to get to that reward of being on the field or in the court or on the track, that they should have an opportunity to do that. But we've got to find a way to legitimize the transfer portal as well as name, image, and likeness. And so that's what bothers me the most. I mean, I've got a son that's just started his career as a football coach at South Carolina, one that's in this industry fundraising at SMU, and another that thinks he wants to be a coach. And selfishly, I want to make sure that 20 and 30 years from now, that this industry is really looks good for them and for the future of college athletics in general and student athletes.
How are ticket sales going for next week at War Memorial Stadium? Have you heard anything?
I don't have an update that I can offer you guys, and I apologize. I should have gotten that before I got on the line with you. So I don't want to say what they are because I really do not have any idea.
Tickets are available. I'll say that. How about that? We're going to give some away to this next week.
That's a fair statement.
Okay. Hunter, thank you so much for the time. I know it's a busy time for you. We'll see you down here next week.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
All right, take care.
Go Hogs.
All right, very good. Hunter Yurchek. Jay Billis, don't be a wimp. Step up to the challenge. Accept it. And come on in.
Learn something.
Open your eyes a little bit. You shouldn't be afraid of that. I wouldn't let Hunter pay my way if I was him, but I would come and listen at least. I think it'd be insightful.
I'd go to that class.
I'd love to go. Wouldn't you love to go sit
Yeah.
through that? Maybe we can go. Maybe they could do that for the media. We'd love to go sit through that.
There's so many times that we get these random questions from people, and I'm like, I don't know. We'll need to look into that. I'd love to know how things worked a little bit better.
He made a great point, too. We're talking about the top of college athletics.
Oh, my gosh.
So if they're struggling with the numbers, how do you think the people at the next level are doing? Or FCS, Division II, Division III?
Pac-12, hello?
Yeah, no. I'm talking about for viable leagues. Okay, Wes, let's keep it there. You want something viable? How about a great lunch option? Cash, may I offer it, in the River Market. And they're great for dinner as well or private party. So if you've got an event coming up, Cash is your spot. CashLittleRock.com is their website. CACHE for those who are uninitiated. You can book it at 501-850-0265. 501-850-0265. So if you want to book a holiday season party, the Bayou can hold 30 folks in a fun contemporary setting. They've also got that great space upstairs, 150 comfortably in there, and it's indoor, outdoor. You get that great patio outside up top where you can overlook downtown. Free valet parking, great food, and owned by local folks. Enjoy your next meal over at Cash. Again, lunch or dinner, private events. If you've got a wedding function coming up, a rehearsal dinner, anything like that, corporate event, or a holiday soiree, you know the place. It's Cash in downtown. Wide variety on the menu, and they can make what you need if you want to do a private event as well. So seriously, give them a shot. If you haven't been over there lately, you need to go by, at least have a drink or two and maybe an appetizer, if nothing else. But a great lunch spot if you're around downtown or you want to go make a special trip that way. Make it easy and walk away happy. It's Cash Restaurant, downtown Little Rock. 1144, Clint Sterner on the other side.
Come on down to Doe's Eat Place at the corner of Ringo and Markham in downtown Little Rock for mouth-watering burgers, catfish, and steak by the pound. Oh, and don't forget our world-famous tamales, now open Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 for lunch, and Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 for dinner. Family-owned and operated for over 35 years. And remember, Doe's Eat Place for goodness sakes.
Hey, Central Arkansas, are you getting piggy with it and ready for some football? Donate blood with Our Blood Institute at select mobile blood drives August 21st through the 27th for your chance to win one of 2 grand prize football packages that include a pair of September 2nd Little Rock game tickets, one-night hotel stay, and game day swag. All blood donors will receive a limited edition football-themed t-shirt and a free ticket to Magic Springs. So get out on the gridiron and support your community. Visit obi.org/events today.
For more than a century, Arkansans have come to Oaklawn to play, to bet, and to win. Now, we're coming to you. Introducing Oaklawn Sports, the new mobile betting app from Oaklawn. Bet anywhere in Arkansas. Download the app on Apple and Google Play and take advantage of first bet insurance up to $250. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's trusted brand. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Is your cooling system handling summer? Middleton Heat and Air is here to keep your family nice and cool through even the hottest Arkansas summer. We're always ready with in-stock equipment, and you can count on us for free estimates on replacements with no overtime rate from 8 to 8, even on weekends. See why we're the most trusted name for heat and air in the state. Call Middleton today at 501-922-3575.
Attention seafood lovers, Eat My Catfish is back open in Little Rock. The new Eat My Catfish in Riverdale is located in the Riverdale Shopping Center beside the movie theater and Ace Hardware. Eat local, eat fresh, Eat My Catfish.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Do you own or operate Max, Volvos, Freightliners, Kenworths, Peterbilts, or international trucks? We can offer you the same dealership level computer diagnostics with highly trained and professional mechanics without dealership wait times and cost. Whether you're a municipality, fleet, or small business with one truck, come see why our customers have made us the highest rated independent repair shop in Arkansas. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Take exit 7 on I-440 or call 568-2185.
Every day, we do one thing, and we do it at the highest level. We formed Arkansas Urology more than 25 years ago, and ever since, our world-class team has gained experience and expertise in every aspect of urology. Today, you'll find our state-of-the-art facilities across Arkansas, where the latest technologies are used in innovative ways by skilled specialists who are dedicated to one thing, improving lives every day. Schedule your appointment at arkansasurology.com.
Tune in to Morning Mayhem as they broadcast live from Greystone Country Club in Cabot for the Grisham Classic, presented by Natural State Wholesale and benefiting The Call. Listen in as the guys interview guest of the Flooring King, Don Grisham.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, it is 11:48, and this season, a lot of great contributors coming back. Got some new ones as well, and one of them we always look forward to hearing from is Clint Sterner, who's going to be with us on Mondays and Fridays, thanks to our friends at Motorsports Authority.
Sterner, play action, looking, pumps, throws down the middle, touchdown, Arkansas! Oh my!
Clint Sterner is brought to you by Motorsports Authority.
Sterner throws, Emmanuel break the tackle. Touchdown, Arkansas!
With 2 great locations and hundreds of vehicles to choose from.
Sterner, very confident. Going down the middle. Hey, wait a minute, this Clint Sterner, he's putting on a show.
Check them out or visit online at msastore.com.
Play fake, Sterner steps out of trouble. Wow. To a wide open receiver. It's Cobb towards the end zone. Touchdown.
All right, let's go to it. Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Hello, Mr. Sterner. How are you?
Fellas, how we doing, man?
Buddy, we're ready for a new season. We got football this week.
Mm-hmm.
Excited about it.
Yeah, man, it's game week. It's always, this time of year is always great because, to be honest, it's all a lot of hype, and it's what we've seen and what we've heard, and the expectations are through the roof, and the rubber hadn't met the road yet, man. So it's 1 week of the season where you can really lean into speculation and hopes and dreams and chop it up. So before we actually see the game and we see actual results that we can evaluate, let's make it happen, man.
Yes, hope springs eternal. Today we're talking about hot seats and coaches that might be on them. And we were talking about Jimbo Fisher's deal. His buyout is $76 million, Clint. And I don't care what you do for a living. If your buyout is $76 million, you did something right along the way. That's a team that is very intriguing. And we were looking through their schedule. I could easily see them winning 7 games, and people will be beating that drum if they do. What do you expect from A&M this year?
Yeah, I'm pretty high on them right now. I look, it's the Bobby Petrino factor. I really like the young quarterback. I like their quarterback room after hating their quarterback room for about 4 or 5 years. While Aggie Nation every offseason down here is telling me how great this next quarterback is. It was Haynes King, and then before that, I can't even remember who the hell it was. But it's slipping my mind right now, the kid's name. I just went blank. But the young kid that we saw at the end of last season that played really, really well. He's got big, tall body and can sling it around the park, and he's athletic, and not Lamar Jackson athletic, but he's athletic enough to move around. And I think they've always had superior talent. They're knocking on the door year in, year out. They're knocking on the door of LSU and Alabama, and maybe not Georgia, what we've seen the last couple of years, but boy, their talent is through the roof, and that's part of why it's so disappointing in College Station to see what Jimbo Fisher's not done with all of that talent, and so Bobby Petrino comes in and say what you want about Bobby. I still got a certain level of hate for Bobby in my heart that I just can't think of another individual that I have that level of hate for, to be completely honest with you. But there's no debating, the offensive mind and what the guy can do more with less, and now he's got more. So I'm pretty high on the Aggies in College Station for a change, which is, guys, it's refreshing down here in Houston doing radio, because I've been the bearer of bad news lately. I've been a Grim Reaper on these Aggie fans, so it's been nice to be around them lately.
Well, we'll talk about Arkansas too, but I wanted to quickly ask you about the Texans, and I don't know how much of a factor they're going to be in their division, but C.J. Stroud looked like took a pretty big step forward after his first game, and he didn't get a lot of opportunities in the opening game anyway. But what's the level of optimism related to the Texans?
Well, they're going to be significantly better. Which they can't be any worse. It is bar none. Think of. I just mentioned Bobby Petrino. Think of the year after Bobby Petrino, how dysfunctional it was in Fayetteville, and multiply that times 2. And that's, times 10. I'm sorry, not 2. Hell, I shrunk that number big time, 10. And that's what you had going on here in Houston at NRG Stadium with the Texans fan. It was as dysfunctional as you've ever seen. It takes some time to recover from that. But DeMeco Ryans is going to have these guys, at least competitive. I like them to win 8 games this year. I think Vegas has them the over-under at 6.5. I like them to win 8. I think they're extremely well coached. The energy from the coaches is next level. You guys know where I'm at on that, man. I like to see coaches sweating and getting after it. If I can't hear you at practice, man, you ain't trying hard enough. So I love what they're bringing to the table. There's still a talent deficit. They're not as good as the upper third of the NFL, obviously, but I think they're going to be middle of the pack, and I think they'll win 8 games.
Is C.J. Stroud starting?
Yeah, C.J. Stroud starting. Look, I don't know why this silly stuff. He's got this silly thing going on. My only complaint about DeMeco, defensive minded head coach, he's got this silly everything's a competition, nobody's a starter, And for whatever reason, saying that to the media has continued to date. But really, here at practice, I've been to every practice that they've had. I mean, they're 2 weeks into legitimately treating C.J. Stroud as a rookie starter, and he's getting as many reps as he possibly can. He's getting all the ones. They're really pouring into this kid. They started for about a week, and they tried to sell the silly competition thing, and then on the field they started pushing him, and he's gotten significantly better. He's got an extremely high ceiling, and as I said, even coming out evaluating this guy, the game's played so much outside the pocket, off platform, off schedule, that you get concerned when you don't see a lot of that. But when the pocket's right and he's in the pocket on time, he's as good as any rookie, and as good as held a lot of the veterans in terms of accuracy and driving the football at the second level. So we'll see if they can protect him, but he's definitely going to be the starter, Wes.
Clint, 12 days out here for Arkansas. What are the keys for them as they prepare for the season? Sound like there was a little scrapping going on. Obviously, tired of hitting guys in the same color jersey, but what are the keys here as you get a little over a week out?
I got 3 keys for you. I mean, look, and the crazy thing is this year, none of my keys involve the offensive or defensive line. I think that's just an understood when you're talking Arkansas football like that. I mean, you're going to live and die with whether you can hold your water offensively and defensively on the line. But I didn't want to take the low hanging fruit there. I mean, that's always the case with Arkansas. I wanted to go with. I got 3 of them for you, man. I got Dan Enos and KJ Jefferson. That chemistry. As I've said before with you guys, I think it can be great, and it can be the reason that you win 10 or 11 games and you shock the world. Or it can also be the reason that you are struggling to get to, let's say, bowl eligibility, and might I say, dare I say, 4 or 5 wins if that doesn't go according to plan. I really think the next step in KJ's development is Dan Enos. I mean, there's nobody better that I could pair him with than Dan Enos. But he's got to develop. He's got to prove that he can go out there and be a progression passer. He's got to prove that he can go out there and throw the ball accurately, consistently, and not just be like he's been an unbelievably clutch quarterback. But when it comes to the offenses that he's been in, I mean, it's a lot of one receiver read. It's a lot of middle of the field close read. So you know where you're going with the football a lot of the times pre-snap. And with Dan Enos, that's just not the case. And so how do they meet in the middle? How does he develop under Dan Enos? I think ultimately that is the biggest what if that's going on in Arkansas right now. Hell, I'll be honest with you. I think it's one of the most fascinating early season watches in all of college football. I really do. You're talking about an older veteran quarterback, which is rare in today's game, at least that's one that's good and hadn't transferred. And you're talking about one of the best quarterback developers, one of the best offensive minds that plays a game of football, that calls a game of football that we hadn't seen from this veteran quarterback. So it should be that to me is one of the biggest keys in all of college football, not just at Arkansas.
Okay.
It was just announced Rocket Sanders is second team preseason All-America by the Associated Press. So that's pretty big. He's the only Razorback on that list. A Rocket that runs for 1,500 yards like last season. What does he mean to this offense, and more importantly to KJ?
Well, I mean, look, you got to believe that they're not going to stray too far away from the power run game with KJ and with Rocket. Obviously, the personnel tells you to do that, and Dan is no fool. So, I mean, I think they're going to continue to do those things, and that's going to be the staple of this offense. You go back to 2015 with Alex Collins. I think it's probably going to look a little bit different, but you go back to that year, and that's the year that you had a veteran quarterback. That's the year you had a veteran running back. You had a guy that could, not veteran, but a productive next-level type running back, and they made it happen in a big way, and everything was predicated off of the quarterback play and the running back producing. And I think Rocket brings that to the table. I'll tell you one thing with the running back room that I've just always felt this. We've yet to see it, but I've always felt it. I think Green is the guy that could just arrive in a major way this year. I like Rocket. I do. I like Rocket downhill, power run game, big body back. I mean, not taking anything away from him. Only a fool would minimize what he means to this team. But I really like AJ Green. I think he's a guy that could really show up this year and show out and be a game changer in this offense. So keep an eye on him. I'll give you my 2 other bullets outside of Enos and KJ. The wide receivers and the tight ends, guys. They got some big body. They got some some big, physical, athletic-looking guys. They've got some smaller slot guys that have made big plays. But I go back to 2015 when you had Keon Hatcher, you had Dominique Reed, who was the burner over the top, and you had Drew Morgan. The wide receiver, obviously Hunter Henry, wide receivers and tight ends. That's a key. But I tell you, I really trust, again, I'm high on Dan, he knows you can't tell. I really trust Dan to find those guys' strengths and find the Drew Morgan and find a Hunter Henry type guy and be able to go out there and put a great bunch of pass catchers on the field. But we don't know who the hell they are. We don't know who they're going to be. We like what we see, or I do. I like what I hear. I like what I see.
Clint.
I like the build. But I mean, I don't know who they are.
All right, save your third point for Friday. We got to hit a break. We're up against the hard break. We'll talk to you then. I appreciate you, buddy.
You got it, brother. Y'all be good.
All right, thanks to Motorsports Authority. We're back in a sec.
One man can't make a team.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Thanks for being part of the Buzz team. 1037 The Buzz. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
Police in Little Rock have a suspect in custody after an employee with the ambulance service MEMS was shot. It happened in the parking lot of MEMS Station 1 on 7th Street in Little Rock. The employee was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries and is still in critical condition. 23-year-old Omar Pena Romero was taken into custody Sunday night. We'll keep you updated with any new details on air and online as the story develops. In a last-minute addition, former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says he now qualifies for the first GOP primary debate. The presidential hopeful previously met the polling standard but lagged in meeting the donor requirement. Friday, his campaign began raffling off movie tickets to attract the needed donors. Once verified by the RNC, Hutchinson will become the latest in a long list of qualified candidates. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and Weather app. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
The entire state under a heat warning for today, and it continues all of this work week. 101 this afternoon, heat index 110 or greater, and it builds the rest of the week. 104 by Thursday and Friday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at Benihana, lunch only hibachi chicken, $14.95, which includes Benihana soup and our famous fried rice. Come see us at lunch.
Hello there, it's me, down here. I'm that snack food that your kid dropped. You cannot see me though, because I'm in this really awkward crevice that your hands will never be able to fit into. The only hope to find me? Get your interior cleaned at Splash Car Wash.
Bell and Sword in Conway has moved to a new, larger location. Hi, this is Joseph Pena of the Arkansas basketball team. Bell and Sword is now located at 1011 Oak Street, a larger selection of everything for men. A Martin Dingman store within a store. More shoes and belts. More of your favorites. Peter Millar, Johnny O, Saks, Mizzen and Main, and remember, a tailor on staff. Bell and Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, on Facebook and Instagram.
Take your yard up to the next level with a Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA Tour caddy, and his landscape designs are inspired by some of the most beautiful golf courses around the world. Call Josh at 501-794-2770 for all of your landscaping needs. Flower beds a mess? Josh's crew can give your home the curb appeal you've always wanted. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping also installs French drains, retaining walls, and they'll even take care of your irrigation maintenance needs. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Call today, 501-794-2770.
August is here, and so is the start of spooky season. Stores are packed with Halloween decor, candy, and costumes. And car dealerships are flaunting interest rates that would scare Freddy Krueger. It's not that way at Gwatney Buick GMC, next to Sam's in North Little Rock. Gwatney's offering rates as low as 0.9%. This year, say no to candy corn, circus peanuts, licorice, and 4-cylinder full-size trucks. Gwatney Buick GMC's trucks have too many features, too much power, and twice the cylinders. Why go buy a full-size truck with a 4-cylinder when you can get the 5.3-liter V8 with an additional $3,250 off at Gwatney Buick GMC? Buying a car doesn't have to be scary, and shopping at Gwatney never is. 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. Call 501-945-4444. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with through credit.
Gwatney for Buick, Gwatney for GMC, Gwatney for life.
Greenway is your local source for John Deere equipment and implements. Now, we've made finding the perfect piece of equipment even easier. Shop our tractor packages online at gogreenway.com. Till deeper with our down-to-earth package. Or save big with our Green Saver package. Need something with a little more muscle? Kick it up a notch with Greenway's Get In Gear package. We're here to support the DIYer in you. No matter what project comes your way, Greenway has you covered.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months. And River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Like Zoinks, gang, Guatney Unplugged is now on the buzz. Hey, gang, we can listen to it in the Mystery Machine.
Jinkies, count me in. I love the buzz. Every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m.
Like Scott Romine can join our gang. We go.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on, with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now, when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
You're in the zone. Coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down,
Hey, final hour today. What a quick moving first two. Hunter Yurachek, Clint Sterner, and recently crowned Champions Tour champion Ken Duke, who won over the weekend north of the border. That's Canada to you and me. Chris Alley's here from Rock and Roll Sushi. Special day, same time, because on Thursday, Chris is doing stuff that isn't hanging out here.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. We're happy to have you any day of the week.
Yeah.
You think I don't want to start on Monday with Rock and Roll Sushi? I finished my Friday off with it.
That's true.
I was telling Wes, I went to the Benton location on the square. It is phenomenal. And I'm so glad that you and your brother are running that joint now. And
thanks, buddy.
It's just the tip of the iceberg of what's to come, because you guys have so much growth potential there with some other things that are happening. I don't know if we're letting the cat out of the bag yet, but it's exciting. I mean, that's going to be a spot to hang out, bro.
No doubt. I mean, it is the square itself is cool.
Yes.
And they're doing a lot of cool stuff with it, like Third Thursday, and just really taking advantage of how nice it is. And so we have a space behind us that we've rented, and we're trying to kind of turn that into like this cool patio space and just kind of a cool hangout spot.
Yeah.
So we really don't have like definitive plans on what's coming, but we have big ideas.
Yeah.
So, and those usually get pared down a little bit, but you saw it. So it's a cool spot. We're trying to figure out how to use it.
Bro, we hung out at the bar and had dinner, and I mean, it's just a great spot. I mean, I really like the layout of that particular location.
I was
it's really
trying
nice
to meet you guys. I was trying so hard to get there.
It's okay.
Yeah, but
we all have responsibilities.
No doubt.
It was great for me. It worked out awesome. So I get to go right from there, and it's just a couple miles over to the stadium, and got to go watch Benton and Little Rock Christian. But it's really a good spot to go. So I really encourage people, if you're in Saline County, it's well worth a short trip over there. Even if you're in Bryant, pop over there and go check it out. But yeah, I think good things are on the horizon for you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you got to stop by and check it out.
Let's do entertainment real quick. and then we'll get the Average Guy movie review. I was telling those guys a little bit ago, I started watching Suits over the weekend.
So I finished Suits.
You're all done.
Done.
That's 1 million episodes.
It's so much.
Dude, it's so long.
It is so long.
It's great, though. It's entertaining. It's fast, but like there's a lot of
Fast.
seasons and a lot of episodes per season.
Yeah. If I could give you one bit of advice, like you can stop after like season 6.
Okay.
7 and 8.
That's what my girl told me.
7 and 8.
She said they kind of
Right.
lost her.
Right, especially 8.
Jump the shark.
I mean, you might want to watch 7, but definitely you don't need to watch 8.
8's rough?
You
Okay.
can just watch the last episode. It's great up until 6. It's a great show.
Does it end in a way that you can stop right there?
They
there's some
should have
loose ends?
stopped. They should have
Oh, okay.
stopped
After
at-
6.
Yeah, they should have. They got. I think they got to a point where they stopped either 6 or 7. They got to a point where you're like, oh, that's it, and then they had another season or
Yeah.
2, and it was like you shouldn't have.
It must have been money.
Yeah,
That happens.
So, but it is really worth a watch. It's awesome.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell and Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell and Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
We'll be talking more about that soon because they are sponsoring Quinn Grovey in the Zone this fall at Bell and Sword. I don't know if you guys have thought about going to Russia with Rock and Roll Sushi.
No.
Well, just saying. They've got some openings. Domino's is going to close all of its outlets in Russia, becoming one of the first major Western food chains to exit the country since McDonald's and Starbucks left over a year ago. It is, how many? It was like 142 stores.
No.
So people in Russia will now have to look elsewhere, comrade, for crappy pizza. It's the country's third largest pizza delivery business. I can't tell you the first two. I am not privy. But-
Yvonne's.
Pardon
Pizza
me?
Yvonne's.
Yvonne's Pizza.
Who's Yvonne?
Yvonne.
Vladimir's Pizza.
Yvonne.
Papa John.
Wes is making jokes.
Drago's Pizza.
I must break you. 3 people have died. Here's a good goal for a restaurant. Don't kill anyone. 3 people have died and 3 others have been hospitalized after drinking milkshakes.
Oh, no.
Their milkshakes brings no boys to the yard, at least no live ones.
Take them to the hospital.
Contaminated with listeria bacteria. Listeria bacteria. That sounds like lateral collateral, Wes. Listeria bacteria from a restaurant in Tacoma, Washington. I mean, that's a bad way to go, isn't it?
they're
It's like,
done.
oh, man, I'm having such a good time. This is a really good chocolate shake, and then you're sick or worse.
Why is it always in Washington? That Jack in the Box thing was in Washington too.
I don't know.
The health department there must not be super
I don't know.
strong.
Chipotle had E. coli issues all over the country, so I don't know.
Sure.
Anyway, that sucks. Watch your milkshakes if you go to Washington. They've also got bad wildfires up there right now, I saw. Tough time.
And a hurricane? Is the hurricane going to hit Washington?
Probably. They need the rain.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Flooding around. Did you guys see the flooding around Shea Ravine?
Well,
What it's
the thing
called?
in California is if it rains for like a day, there's flooding all over the city.
Good point. They're like, hey, we need the rain, but not that much. Yeah. It's like, we're really dry. What do you want?
They
Rain.
were expecting an inch and a half yesterday.
Yeah.
An inch and a half.
Yeah, I think they got 1.5 feet. It
Is that what they got?
I don't know, but it was flooded all over the place.
Well, they can't handle an inch and a half.
Right.
That's just a thunderstorm here.
Yeah.
And it was
It's
like,
like a Tuesday.
yeah. And they got an earthquake on top of it. It's like, hey, welcome to
Why would you want to live
LA,
there?
Bert, Brooklyn.
Place is crazy.
Tropical storm and an earthquake all in 1 week.
ESPN's got a new lineup. Chris Canny, Evan Cohen, and Michelle Smallman will be leading the morning show. It's called the Marquee Morning Show.
Those names aren't ringing a bell. They aren't marquee to me.
Well, Chris Canny, you remember, the former NFL player, but that's the only one that rings a bell. They are moving Freddie Coleman from the middle of the night to afternoon drive at 3:00 in the afternoon. I don't know if that's Central or Eastern. I think it's Eastern.
I like
so
Freddie
2:00.
Coleman.
Oh no.
No?
Freddie Coleman is
Is it-
terrible.
Is that the guy that's on
Has the
at,
speech
like-
impediment, kind of. He kind of talks funny.
And it sounds like he's reading
Yes.
his stories.
Maybe I'm not thinking of the same
Instead
guy.
of
Yeah,
like
he's got
talk
a-
radio, it's read radio.
Yeah,
I'm
he-
amazed that he's been doing it this long.
I don't get it. He just sounds. I
Maybe-
can't stand to listen to him.
Who's
I like
the guy that's on at
Fitzsimmons, though.
night, like at 8:00 at night?
He's not on there anymore.
Yeah, I know, but he still has a show.
I don't
That
understand how
was
Freddie.
Freddie and Ian Fitzsimmons.
Yes.
Ian is good. Freddie
Maybe Ian is who I'm thinking of.
I hope so.
Harry Douglas is. Listen.
The former wide receiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give Freddie credit. He's been doing it a long time, but I don't get it. I don't understand anything about him that's compelling. I don't understand it. I don't like his voice. I don't like his takes.
You don't like this guy.
I don't like him. I mean, he's terrible. I'm like, how did you get on ESPN, let alone stay there this long? I don't understand it. Anyway, I don't need to be.
Simmons is still on at night, I believe. But
Yes, he's with Amber Wilson. You must have. I don't know who Amber Wilson is.
Neither.
Yeah, listen, ESPN's got they got financial issues just like the rest of us. Okay,
they're struggling.
Gotta do what you got to do. Anyway, I was a little harsh on Freddie Coleman, but I do hate him every time I hear him on. Oh boy, I tell you what, I've never been more wrong. You guys go ahead. Listen, there needs to be a party where we burn all the Free Britney T-shirts because Britney needs to be locked back up. Okay.
My wife said the same thing. She's like, I was wrong.
Yeah, we all were.
I was wrong. I got swept up.
No. She needs to be in a conservatorship. She absolutely needs to be in a conservatorship. Maybe the Tuohys will take her in.
Is that the same as a jail?
No.
Oh.
Wes, we just had this conversation about conservatorship. You know what it is. But somebody needs to be looking out for this broad. She shared a video of herself rolling around topless in bed days after her husband filed for divorce. And if she wants to roll around in a bed and hang out with a bunch of dudes after her husband leaves her and files for divorce, I have no issue with it. But we don't need to be putting that crap on social media, Britt.
Well, her dancing videos really creep me out. Like if I walked down a dark alleyway and there was somebody doing, Britney was doing dancing moves, I would be.
I mean, she and Elaine could go on tour together. It's freaky.
Scared.
Anyway, I don't know, man. I'm worried about her. I really am. I think they were onto something when they locked her into this conservatorship, and we were all like, "Oh God, America!" Some people need to be safe from themselves. You know how it goes. I'm worried about her.
She was doing fine there for a while.
Was she?
I mean, she was quiet.
I think Sam probably helped keep her out of trouble.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, honey, I don't think we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that."
Did she try to stab him in his sleep?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Punched him
Punched him in his sleep.
But she's got knives all over the place.
Ever
You never
since
know.
Victor's security guard gave her the shoulder, it's been going downhill for her.
Well, listen, this is it's not that we didn't warn you. We found out the other day that Dolly Parton's latest take was Let It Be, but Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr apparently were jumping in on it as well. So
I haven't heard it yet.
It's been released.
In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, no.
Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
All right. So again, if you haven't heard, I'm talking about Dolly Parton, has put out a project called Rockstar. It'll be fully out November 17th. 21 songs with 9 originals. 21 classics, 9 originals, which is about 29 songs too many.
I love Dolly.
I do too.
My son gets the books every month from her little book thingy.
Big fan.
And she may need to be put under a conservatorship to stop her from releasing any further music.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Stick to the classics, Dolly.
Agreed.
She's got a great catalog. Just stick to those.
It's going to make so much money.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It will. Just because her fans.
Her fans are like 80-something years old and don't know how streaming works.
So those are songs we didn't ask for. And then on the other flip side here, the songs we do want to hear, we're not getting. Fat Bottom Girls has been dropped from a new version of Queen's Greatest Hits. That is ridiculous. If this is the PC police overreaching, I am furious.
It's ridiculous. What's wrong with Fat Bottom Girls?
The title, maybe?
Yeah, but it's talking about a big butt. Don't people...
Says, please note the lyrics in some of the songs contain adult themes, including occasional references to violence and drugs. These are the original and unedited recordings. But apparently, this one wouldn't pass the test, and they are leaving Fat Bottom Girls off. Some. That's ridiculous. Over the weekend, the box office, Blue Beetle finally knocked out Barbie with $25.4 million. Barbie put another $21.5 million in the coffers, and Oppenheimer's made over $700 million now with a $10.6 million weekend. See your boy, I think it was Logan Paul, said he walked out of Oppenheimer. Said it was just a bunch of talking.
Too much talking.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Didn't need to be seen in IMAX. That's all I can tell you for sure. All right, let's do the review from Chris Alley and our friends at Rock and Roll Sushi, and then we'll go from there. How about that?
Average Guy Movie Review with Chris Alley is brought to you by Rock and Roll Sushi.
Why don't you get a job, Spicoli?
What for?
You need money.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Founded on great food and rock and roll, with 2 locations in Little Rock, one in Benton and one in Conway.
I want you to kill every golfer on the course.
Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key.
Golfers! They're great, not golfers. The little brown furry rodents.
We can do that.
Come rock with us.
By the way, birthday trivia featuring tickets to Three Doors Down, September 8th at Simmons Bank Arena. Before we dive into the review, Chris, you want to tell us about your beverage of choice today?
Yeah, so I brought in some more sake, because I know you guys huge fans around here.
My middle name is Sake, bud.
But our friends at Origami Sake down in Hot Springs have rolled out their first batch of their filtered and unfiltered sake, and we have it. We only have a limited amount at our downtown location. So I snagged a bottle for you guys today.
Okay.
Because I didn't know if y'all had tried it yet, but this is an Arkansas product from Arkansas people. It is a premium product, and it is delicious if you like sake.
Shout out to Matt Bell. I told you
Matt
before,
Bell's
I'm not the
man.
biggest sake guy, but that unfiltered is very, very good. I really like it.
So good. And I'm not a sake guy either. We were drinking some of this before I came here. So, this
That's why you moved it over.
unfiltered, this unfiltered stuff is delicious.
It
It's
really
got
is.
a little spice on it. Wes,
nice.
You should try this.
Okay.
Yeah, drink.
I brought this more for you than him.
What's the difference between unfiltered and filtered?
One's filtered and the other one isn't.
Yeah.
What is it filtering out?
I think it's the starches in the rice, but I'm not a sake expert.
The unfiltered's cloudy. It's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah, this looks like milk.
It's amazing how much different the profile is flavor wise.
Yeah.
But I like it a lot better.
And drink it in a wine glass. This is more like a wine experience more than like a shot of sake experience.
Oh, okay.
So it's really good. Don't drink it hot either.
Who's doing shots of sake?
Drink
it cold?
Most people, sake bombs, cold. So yeah, take that home, try it.
Okay.
Yeah, since you don't want any.
I've drank it all already. I got to go to the
you went
one
to
of
the
the
opening.
Yeah, Matt's a great dude. And I'm
Yeah.
excited for what they've got going. And obviously they're very popular. Whether or not we drink a lot of sake or not, it doesn't matter because somebody is, because they are blowing up. I know. Now they are also doing a proprietary version for Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Sushi, not only in Arkansas but around the country, right?
That's correct. Yeah, so that should be coming out soon. He showed me the labels today. They got approved like yesterday. So we should have this bottle for the camera here.
Is it going to be a black bottle too?
Black bottle, but it's going to have a Rock and Roll Sushi label.
Sweet.
And it's super dope. So you'll see that in your liquor stores and stores that sell the sakes around the country.
Do you know if it's filtered or unfiltered?
I don't.
Okay, can't wait to find out.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
great. I'm
find out
excited.
together. Yeah, I don't know.
I just think it's awesome that they're you guys are working with them, and I'm happy to see them having success. And it's exciting stuff for the state, and
it's really awesome.
It's great for y'all. All right, well let's get to it. So tell me what did we go see?
Jesus Revolution.
Jesus.
Yeah, last week we did Sympathy of the Devil. So this week I thought we'd bring it back a little bit.
There you go.
With,
One shoulder to the other.
Yeah, a little good versus evil.
Shut up, Satan. Okay.
So Jesus Revolution, it's on Netflix. It's got Kelsey Grammer in it, and it has the guy from I just had it pulled up. It has the guy from Chosen. I don't know if you've seen Chosen, the Jesus character from Chosen. It's the same guy. He plays Jesus.
Is it Jim Caviezel?
No, Jonathan Rumi.
Okay.
Rumi, that guy.
Nope.
Okay. So he's in it. He plays a hippie. It's based at the movie's based in like the late 60s, early 70s, based on a true story of like all these hippies and the hippie movement. And they're all kind of doing acid, trying to find the truth, thinking that's the way to enlightenment. And then there's a small band of other hippies that are finding Jesus instead and using that instead of drugs to kind of find their way. So he happens upon Kelsey Grammer, who's running a failing church with a bunch of old people that don't really understand hippies. Anyways, they kind of come together and create this new church and this whole movement in California. And it's just kind of the story of that. And it's a really good story. If you're a Christian, you'll really appreciate it. If you're not a Christian, there's still a lot of good values in that movie that I think you can take away from it. But I found it very entertaining, and yeah, it was a really, really good movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that you're throwing a curveball here. I was not expecting big things here.
It was good.
All right.
It was really good. Yeah.
What'd you think of the Satan movie last week? What was our rating then?
1.5.
Okay,
1.5.
You got to go. Give Jesus a little more credit than that.
Yeah, Jesus is getting a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Buddy, that's way up there.
Yeah, it's a 4 sake bombs.
Where
so
is this?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's really good.
All
It's
right.
got a great story, and it's a true story. So,
Oh, really?
I don't know if you ever heard Harvest Church. That's what this grew into.
Okay.
Is that Harvest Church movement? But yeah, it was awesome. I really
Okay.
really enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Better than Spider-Man 2.
way better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good wholesome movie. I mean, great values. I mean, it's
Watch with the kids?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Jesus Revolution.
Yeah,
On Netflix.
on Netflix.
All right.
There's a little bit of talk of drug use in there, but it's more in of a like a redemption kind of way, not really in your face kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I recommend it.
Clearly.
And I didn't have to pay for a movie this week. Well, other than the Netflix charge, but I'm already paying for that. But I didn't have to buy something.
How did you stumble upon it or want to watch this?
Well,
Was it an
last-
accident or
No, last week I was looking for a movie to watch, and I saw it came down between these two, and I thought, how ironic. One's about Jesus, and one is the devil. So I opted for the Nicolas Cage movie last week because it was shorter, and the timeline that I was on, it just fit my schedule more. But I planned on watching it this week. So yeah, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really did. So if you're a Christian, you're going to really enjoy it.
What if you're a Satanist?
I mean,
Or
it's
an
not-
atheist?
there's
Or an agnostic?
I mean, look, like I said, you don't have to be a Christian to enjoy it because the values in this movie.
What if
I
you're
think
just
are
an acid user? You think you like it too?
Maybe there are some weird parts in it.
You can be both. I mean, you can be an acid user and
I
a
don't
Christian.
think you have to be a Christian to watch this movie because what they're talking about are things that I think just good people should be doing.
Yeah.
You know,
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, you had me
Buddy-
at 4 sake bombs.
Buddy says it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy's right
Listen,
on.
if Chris and Buddy agree, I don't think there's anybody that could possibly argue the contrary.
So you thought it was gonna be a bad review?
Yeah, I don't know if I had high expectations for this.
It was enjoyable.
I
Very
think
enjoyable.
Kelsey Graham was a great actor, though. I'll give that.
Yeah, he was really good in it
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Let's take birthday trivia, and then we got some guests coming up. Yeah, we're gonna do a little blood talk. Has nothing to do with what you're doing, but I appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
3 Doors Down tickets available to the winner today. 3 Doors Down.
Great prize.
It really is. What's your favorite 3 Doors Down song? That's
Man,
too much
you
putting
know,
you on the spot.
No, I had their album growing up. I'm just terrible with like band names, but or
Song names? Same.
But I really love that album. Yeah, probably like Here Without You is probably. I just looked it up. Here Without You, that album, whatever that album was on.
Well, what's the song off of that?
Called Here Without You.
Okay.
I don't want to start playing it because I'm on the radio.
Well, I want to play it. I don't know if we have it in the system. Christian, surely we have some 3 Doors Down.
We had some, I know. I don't know how much.
Away from the Sun is the album.
That was a good album. This
Yeah,
is
that
actually
was a
the
good
Away
album.
from the Sun tour, by the way.
Oh,
I believe. So that's
yeah,
when
I'm
it-
going to this show. By the way, yeah. So whoever wins, I'll see you there.
We have 3 Doors Down right there. Duh. I mean, I'm
use the
so
number?
dumb. Some.
Did you type the number?
Yeah, I
in?
mean, I did put the number. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but 3 Doors Down right there. Kryptonite. I like that song.
Kryptonite's a good one
It's
too.
a good one. All right, Daniel, you're with Wes. Melissa, you're with Christian, and Ray, you get Chris Alley and the folks from Rock and Roll Sushi. All right, 3 Doors Down tickets available for birthday trivia. All right, let's move. This guy is a receiver and was not featured prominently enough, in my opinion, in the Johnny Manziel.
Mike Evans.
Who got that? Nobody's arguing. Chris Alley, Mike Evans. How old is Mike Evans, Wes?
30.
30. Bingo bango, Wes. Good job.
Man, good job.
This guy liked winning the Heisman Trophy so much.
Johnny Manziel, Reggie Bush.
He won it again.
Oh, ooh.
He was a guest in the zone at the Touchdown Club a couple of years ago. Ohio State University running back.
Yeah.
Wow. I am shocked right now.
71, 72. Oh my gosh.
Boy, this
I
is
have his last name, but I
there's
don't
only
wanna say
one
it.
guy in the if you give me his last name, I'll give it to you.
Griffin?
Yep, that's right.
Archie
Griffin. How old's Archie Griffin today, Christian?
He is
Disrespect. Dear Lord.
He is 74.
Nope.
68.
Nope.
73.
69. Close enough, Christian.
Thought about it.
This guy is a he's the only professional bowler you can name.
Pete Weber.
That's right, Christian. He's See, I was right. How old's Pete Weber today?
Pete Weber's got to be 57.
Pete Weber is 82.
No, he's 69.
61. What'd you say?
57.
57.
Yeah.
61. You win.
He got it.
Good job, Chris. This woman's an actress. She's been in a few movies
Sarah
and
Bullock.
well known for her TV role, though, as kind of a tramp. She was in Porky's, Turk 182, Big Trouble in Little China, and she played the mannequin in Mannequin. But she's best known for her role in Sex and the City as Samantha.
Sarah Jessica Parker?
Oh,
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah.
Didn't you say Cattrall?
No,
I did.
Oh, that's Wes. Sorry.
Dude,
Okay, I
I'll
thought-
take it, though.
I can't.
That was Wes.
I can't tell. I'm looking down. How old is Kim Cattrall? Save your shock for someone else.
Is it
Who
me?
cares?
Is it
Yeah,
me? I
go
went
ahead.
last time, right?
I don't know.
It's
I
Wes.
can't keep track. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's Wes.
62.
No.
Said 62. I'll go 59.
61.
67.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
So old, buddy. She's not old. She's seasoned. She knows her way around the bedroom.
Yeah.
I could tell anything from Sex and the City. I'll tell you that much. This guy is celebrating his birthday, and hopefully it doesn't go too fast. Doesn't go too fast because he's a very fast guy.
Usain Bolt.
That's right.
Oh.
He's how old today? Christian?
He is
Got a tight race
32.
going, by the way. Nope.
40.
Nope.
35.
37. West by a nose.
Oh.
At the tape, West just
I leaned
stretched.
in.
It was good. Good work. This woman is a singer, a country singer.
Trisha Yearwood.
Randall Lambert.
Carrie Underwood.
It looks like the only song. Oh no, wait, there's a song.
Shania Twain.
Dolly.
I don't know any of her music at all.
Chris
Sorry.
Reba.
Reba McEntire.
No, she's younger. I mean, younger than Reba.
Ashley McBride.
Casey Musgraves.
Casey Musgraves, Christian from the
Holy
top rope.
what?
Wow.
When it rains.
How old is
Never gotten that.
Casey Musgraves? Yeah, I would have been her all
No
day.
idea. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
28.
Okay.
38.
No.
29.
She is 35. Wes takes a commanding 6 lead, 6 point to 4 point to 3 point. Last but not least, this former Arkansas quarterback
Matt Jones.
had a nice career,
Tyler Lewis.
but he was no better than the second
Brandon
best.
Allen.
Brandon Allen. Austin Allen.
Austin Allen.
Austin Allen. Wes,
Oh.
Wes on fire today. How old's Austin Allen today?
This is my favorite.
29.
Boom.
Wes just pulled away.
Oh,
Nice win.
Actually, I got one more,
Oh.
just for fun. This guy is a former NFL Super Bowl champion quarterback who will
Kurt
be at the
Warner.
Touchdown Club this year.
Mike Harbaugh. Or Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, no.
No, Jim.
Jim.
Jim McMahon.
That's
Jim.
right. Yep, Jim McMahon. That's right. 64. Happy birthday. All right, good job. Daniel, you won convincingly, my friend. That was easy peasy. Easy peasy. Good job.
Did I do better?
You didn't do that bad. So we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to our friends from the Blood Institute. That's what we're going to do. I do appreciate our friends from Rock and Roll Sushi and our good buddy, Chris Alley. And you know what? Your brother's not too bad either. By God, he was a gracious host on Friday. I appreciate him.
He's a good man.
Go check out the Benton location. Coming soon to North Little Rock,
North Little Rock soon. Big announcement for North Little Rock.
but not soon enough. Let's get that sucker open yesterday.
We're working on it.
Yep, I need it.
Okay.
All right. As we take a time out, let me tell you about our friends at Oaklawn because they are waiting on you to have a good time. Just a couple of weeks to Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, folks. September 10th, Marcus King, October 27th, Buddy Guy, November 3rd, and Blues Traveler, November 17th. Oaklawn.com for all the information. Book your room, book your tickets to the events. But you don't got to wait until there's a big show because they have got all kinds of fun stuff happening every weekend in Pop's Lounge. You can go down and check out some live music. Mainline Sports Bar is open. It is going to be a hot spot coming up real soon with football coming back this very weekend. No live racing on that side, but we do have great stuff happening at Oaklawn. So go by and see our friends over there. They also have $250 first bet insurance on Oaklawn Sports. So if you've never wagered on Oaklawn, $250 first bet insurance. So that means you bet $250, you lose. We'll call it even. I like that deal.
That's not bad.
I like that deal.
Risk free.
Buddy, I'm about that. So check out our friends at Oaklawn. They are there for you, and you should be there with them real soon in Hot Springs. Lots of fun to be had. Be back in a minute. Stay tuned. You're in the zone.
I don't know if you got a man or not. If you made plans or not.
Facility Maintenance Services presents Melinda Mayo when she joins Morning Mayhem each Thursday morning. Serving Central Arkansas, Facility Maintenance Services. We don't cut corners, we clean them.
This is Sports Center.
The Arkansas Razorbacks football team finished their fall camp with their second and final scrimmage on Saturday. Afterwards, Coach Sam Pittman spoke to the media about how he feels about his team.
They're physical. The heat was a little bit of a problem with emotions today that we've got to get under control. We will. And we got a good culture. I think our kids like each other. I think they love each other, and they play hard. And you're going to win a lot of games being able to do that. We got a tough football team.
We are now just 12 days away from Arkansas kicking off their season against Western Carolina at War Memorial Stadium. And tonight in the NFL, there is one preseason game. The Ravens will take on the Commanders at 7. Coverage can be seen on ESPN. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network. Hey Central Arkansas, are you getting piggy with it and ready for some football? Donate blood with Our Blood Institute at select mobile blood drives August 21st through the 27th for your chance to win one of 2 grand prize football packages that include a pair of September 2nd Little Rock game tickets, one-night hotel stay, and game day swag. All blood donors will receive a limited edition football themed t-shirt and a free ticket to Magic Springs. So get out on the gridiron and support your community. Visit obi.org/events today.
Be a hero this week, guys. Let your wife sleep in one morning, take her car and the kids to Splash Car Wash, get the interior cleaned as you relax in the lobby sipping on your morning cup of joe, return home as a well-caffeinated hero driving a minivan. Skip the cake. Hit the splash.
The new Lotto game from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is creating new traditions for our players, like Margaret from Conway.
I always play 2004, 20 and 4. That's Mr. Biscuit's adoption year. When we win, I'm going to give him the life he always dreamed of. Isn't that right, Mr. Biscuit?
Your numbers, your game. Play Lotto every Wednesday and Saturday for your chance to match 6 and get rich. Only $2 per play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is always adding exciting cocktails to the menu, like the expertly balanced Sincoro Hall of Fame Margarita. Try it at your local lodge today.
Tired of all that laboring? Get ready to take a break from hard work with Lazy Boy's Labor Day sale. Save up to 50% off store-wide. From cozy couches to stylish sectionals, Lazy Boy has everything you need to create the perfect living space and a chair that's all yours. A wide selection of furniture for every room. With unbeatable prices, upgrade your home decor without breaking the bank. Don't miss out on your chance to save big. Visit Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor, Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock today.
It's Justin Acri for Coffin by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to kaufmanlumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Chancellor Road, or do your shopping online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Listen to The Zone every Tuesday for Clint Kong, brought to you by Farm Brothers Flying Service. For the past decade, Farm Brothers Flying Service has been providing crop dusting services to the farmers in Southeast Arkansas, and they can help you too. Call 870-263-1300.
Welcome back to The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network with Justin Acri and Wes Moore.
It's the great open sits at night but you're down. The 7 years that they trembling. Just now it seems that I am out there on my own, and I'm feeling so alone. To touch you like wet sweet sand on the candles. Some call it soap, some call it night. Welcome to paradise. A gunshot rings out at the station.
All right, it is 12:38. We bid Chris Alley adieu. Adieu, Chris. See you later. It's fun while it lasted. Appreciate it, Chris. Let's talk about something important here, Wes. In just a second, we're going to talk to our friends from the Blood Institute. But Prior to that, what do you got? You will. I'm going to mic you. You moved around on me.
No, same mic.
No.
Nothing's changed.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I gave our friends
You
my
tricky
mic.
son of a gun. You sure did, you.
I sure did. Big O Tires right now. Cabot and Conway, bigotires.com/deals. See all the deals right now at Big O Tires. $100 off select set of tires. Cabot, they're on Prospect Court right in front of Kroger. And Conway, they're on Hark Rider. And they do more than just tires. Big O Tires will work on your vehicle. You've got new brakes. You need new brakes. Big O Tires can do that. Alignment issues. Big O Tires can take care of that. Great selection of tires, all the name brand tires, plus they have the Big O Tire. It's Big O Tires, the team we trust.
Josh, Gwen, and Carvin Brown are here from the Arkansas Blood Institute. Gentlemen, good to see you. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having us.
Doing well.
Glad you didn't melt on the way over. Carvin, you're relatively new. When'd you come in?
I started here in January, but I am not new to Central Arkansas. I've been here 10 years on and off. So.
Okay. Well, it's a while then. January. I'm surprised we haven't had you in before. Have you been in the studio before?
No, sir, not yet. This is my first time.
Okay.
And I'm hoping it's the first of many.
Oh, I hope so too. Are you underwhelmed?
No, actually, a little bit right as I expected. Whelmed.
How about that? Right as I expected. Whelmed. I like that.
You guys meet expectations. It's
Yeah,
good.
Absolutely.
So Josh said you
Like
were
a report
doing.
card.
You were killing it on birthday trivia in the green room.
I was. It was definitely Archie Griffin. Okay.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
I mean, there's only one dude who's ever won the Heisman twice,
Right.
and they can't come up with it.
Right.
Disappointing.
Well, Christian did.
Well, I get the last name.
I had Archie.
I mean, you met the guy, and you couldn't come
I
up with his
know.
name. He came in town a couple years ago for the Little Rock Touchdown Club for the banquet. We had him on the show, and he was phenomenal. Nice guy. Looked like he could still play a little bit.
Well, if that's the case, you can't fumble Archie Griffin.
Thank
okay?
you.
So,
Thank you very much. Who's your team?
Drop the ball.
I am for college.
Yes, sir.
Oklahoma State fan. Born and raised out that way. So
Did you go to school there?
I did not. I went to Southeastern Oklahoma State, which is where Dennis Rodman went to school.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I went to school there.
What's their mascot?
It was the Savages when I went, but
They don't
it
do
is
that anymore.
Yes, sir. It's Savage Storm now.
Savage Storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The town where that's located, how do you pronounce that?
Okay, it is Durant. Okay.
You told me that the other day. That's
Yeah.
how the locals pronounce it.
Right. I say Durant, but if you're
Yeah.
the locals, it's definitely Durant.
From now on, whenever we talk about him, it's Kevin Durant in the NBA.
There
go.
was a petition at one time to name the city Kevin Durant, I believe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I was not aware of that.
Well, that'll put it on the map, even in a bigger way.
Absolutely.
And then they had a petition to change it to Westbrook after Durant left for Golden State.
How do you do?
Yeah. Love it.
Are you an Oklahoma City fan?
I am an Oklahoma City fan.
So is Christian. Long suffering. So you two have that combination.
been that long.
You're a
Maybe.
Cowboys fan with Wes.
Yes.
Okay, and you and I have no connection whatsoever.
Well, you're a Thunder fan too. I mean, with
I'm really-
Isaiah Joe and
I'm an
Jalen
Isaiah Joe fan
Williams.
and a Jalen Williams fan. I am not remotely
Well,
an
that's
Oklahoma City
1/6
Thunder
of
fan.
the team.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, the whole team could be made up of former Razorbacks. I'm not an Oklahoma City fan, but I'll root for the guys that are former Razorbacks.
I think that's always a good thing. You take it how you can get it. Right?
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. We'll find a connection, I'm sure.
Absolutely. We'll work on
We
it.
want the Razorbacks to do well?
Absolutely. That's my
Okay.
second favorite team. Going back to the Run DMC days, Felix Jones is actually from Oklahoma. He's
Yeah,
from
that's right.
Tulsa, Booker
Tulsa.
T.
Let's go.
All right. So huge Razorback fans. That's my second team since I was little.
All right. Well, Carvin, I would like to talk sports with you some more, but we got to talk about blood.
Absolutely.
So, where are we here in late August? It's almost September. Area of need. What's going on? How's our supply? What's happening? You guys have events coming up?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked. So, as you know, a large percentage of our inventory is really based on education and school. So when the summer months come and right before school starts, we always see a dip, and it makes it very, very difficult for us to make sure our hospitals have what they need right when they need it. So we try and do things to educate and remind, our Kansas what they can do to help the community, make sure that we have a healthy blood supply. So right now we are dealing with it a little bit. So we're here to encourage everyone to come out, donate blood. We have some good programs going on that we're going to talk about soon. But also, as we get fired up for football season, we do have our blood drive blitz that's happening here this week. So I'll let Josh talk a little bit about it.
Josh, get right up on that mic and tell me about the blood drive blitz.
Blood Drive Blitz happening right now, 21st through the 27th.
When I hear blitz, I'm thinking people are getting tackled and you're taking their blood, but that's probably not the case.
Well, we like to be a little more gentle than that, but we'll
That's
do what
good.
it takes at this point. So all week long, we've got this going on. So it's a little bit different than anything we've done before. This week is also everybody's kind of gearing up for Salt Bowl.
Yep.
It's coming up.
Absolutely.
So we're heavily engaged out there. Benton and Bryant Normally, the communities love to get engaged, and this is a great way because we're having competition blood drives in that community right now. On the 24th specifically, we're going to do a blood drive at Bishop Park, and we're going to do a blood drive at Riverside Park. And whoever wins that sucker as a community is going to get a trophy. So if you're listening, you're in Benton and Bryant, you need to pony up and get your side to win. And that's what we're expecting, great turnout. So we really want that. And obi.org/events to sign up for all our blood drive blitz blood drives.
We were just touting Rock and Roll Sushi in Benton, so you could go and give some blood, and then you can go over and load up on maybe a sushi roll or something.
Absolutely.
afterwards.
We were there actually last Thursday. They do the third Thursday in Benton.
Yes.
And we did that event and handed out some flyers, and then we walked around to Rock and Roll Sushi and had dinner. It was great.
It's a great spot.
Absolutely. Highly recommend it.
So where else are the blitz events going on?
Okay, so we've got blood drive blitz going all over the place right now. We have starting tomorrow, we have them in Pine Bluff, we have them in Searcy, and then really the best place to get the blitz material again is obi.org/events, and you can get a list of those. Okay. But tomorrow we have Jefferson Regional Medical Center in Pine Bluff. We have Unity Health Searcy, Unity Health in Newport, Unity Health in Jacksonville. And then on Wednesday, we have Veterans Park Community Center in Cabot. And then, of course, as I mentioned, Benton Salt Bowl on Thursday, the 24th, and Bryant Salt Bowl happening on the 24th, same time for those two blood drives. And then on Friday, we've got something happening in Hot Springs at the Hot Springs Mall. And then on Saturday, we're back in Little Rock at the Bass Pro Shops. And then finally, wrapping it up on Sunday, we have a Conway Community Blood Drive happening in Conway on the 27th.
Goodness.
Are y'all keeping score in Benton and Bryant so they know? And
we are, yeah. I mean,
when one's falling behind the other one.
We keep updating the mayor's offices, trying to poke them a little bit to get the mayors out. And so what we're hoping is, the mayors are the bosses, so we're hoping they can go in and go, hey, police, fire, EMS, come out, and we need get your families to donate. The other benefit too is as part of this package, we're doing 2 grand prizes, and the grand prizes are going to be two game tickets and a hotel stay and some swag. I can't say the name of the tickets of the team that we're going to give, but the special game is going to happen at War Memorial on the 2nd of September. So if you get my drift, it's the only time they play in Little Rock.
Yeah.
So if you catch what I'm trying to say,
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty slow, but we're picking up what you're putting down.
Okay, good.
Well, that's fantastic. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they'll be very
Come out and
popular.
donate. So, we need it right now. Our O inventory right now is really low.
Yeah.
We definitely need if you're an O donor, I know we hammer you all the time, but please come out and donate. You're absolutely needed. That's the reason you're hammered. We owe you an apology.
So you should say we only have we need some help with our inventory.
Yeah, we need our inventory.
There's no O.
That's right. No O in the word inventory because you guys haven't been showing it. No,
It's like people who say, "Come swim in my ool."
So
There's
guys,
no P in it. We want to keep it that way, Unless you have that sign up at your house.
No.
Okay.
What do you guys know your blood types?
Be positive.
I have no idea.
See, this is why he's positive all the time. Be positive.
Yeah, I'm definitely negative, whatever it is.
No, we do, and we hammer our O's all the time. O positive, O negative blood is so needed. It's the one that's most used in emergency medicine.
Yeah,
O positive is carried on air ambulances all over the state. So it's most likely in a trauma situation. I'd say 95% of the time you're going to get hit with.
I'm not O
type blood,
but you can have all the blood of mine you want.
We'll take it.
We're good. We absolutely need it. And what it comes down to is all donors are important. It doesn't matter your blood type. However, what Josh is mentioning is massive transfusion protocols. Our hospital's really a healthy blood supply is diverse, okay? But O's are important during this time when we have these shortages because it allows us to take care of traumas the way that they should be taken care of.
I don't know what I am. I just know what I'm not.
Well, that's
and I'm not O. And I feel I'm having a blood inferiority complex a little bit over here.
Come donate, and we'll hook you up with with your blood type. That's a lot of times people donate just because they're curious. What is my blood type? I have no idea.
I'm almost 50 and I don't know. So I mean, obviously it was not enough of a priority. But I've given blood a bunch. I have no idea what I am though.
Well, I can
Wes
definitely.
is like you're an a-hole. It has nothing to do with your blood type, actually.
You're definitely an A. Well, I'm an A pos too, brother. But there is a place for every donation. There's a place for it to go. You're probably a platelet donor, my friend.
There you go.
They'll want.
Okay. You can have whatever you want. Guys, I appreciate you. OBI.org/blitz. Did I do that right? OBI.org?
OBI.org/events will take you right to
all
it.
of it. Okay, for that. All right. Well, good luck with the Blitz and good luck with the events, and appreciate y'all coming up.
Hey, thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you.
us, my friend.
You bet.
Welcome to Little Rock.
Yep,
you.
no
Thank
doubt.
you. Thank you.
Again. Since January. I mean, seriously, I can't believe we waited this long to get you up here, but we'll do it again for sure. Got to hit a timeout. As we do, want to remind everybody to be safe and be smart. The Labor Day weekend is upon us. Won't be long here. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And if you're going to a pool party, backyard barbecue, maybe a last-minute trip to the lake, we know you want to be safe and careful. And obviously, we're just talking about blood donations. We don't want you to be needing a blood donation because you got in an accident and hurt yourself or someone else. So, again, if you're going to be drinking, make plans ahead. Uber, Lyft, cab, walk. I don't care what you do. Stay home. It's fine. It's good. Or call Wes. He will come pick you up. He's a kind guy that way. You don't want to lose your license. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to pay court costs. That's not the way to lean into fall. So be smart. Plan ahead. Enjoy your holiday weekend, but do it responsibly. Drive sober. Get pulled over. It's a message from our friends at the Arkansas Highway Safety Office. It's 12:49. We're back. We'll check in with the guys from Out of Bounds after this.
Now you know. Yo, slick blow.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's
Come on down to Doe's Eat Place at the corner of Ringo and Markham in downtown Little Rock for mouth-watering burgers, catfish, and steak by the pound. Oh, and don't forget our world-famous tamales, now open Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 for lunch, and Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 for dinner. Family-owned and operated for over 35 years. And remember, Doe's Eat Place for goodness steaks.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. For the past few months, we've been asking you to give us a chance to buy your cars, and the response has been great. We really appreciate all of you who brought your cars in and turned it into cash. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Folks, we're still buying cars every day. So look around and see what you or your family has in the garage that you want to turn into cash. It's really easy, folks. Just come into Fletcher Dodge and ask for Chris or Andy. We'll buy any vehicle and we'll pay you more than anyone. We can't find enough vehicles at the auto auctions to meet the demand. So we're extending you this offer to the public. We'll pay you more, so don't wait. We've purchased hundreds of cars from fine people just like you. Come see us today for the best cash offer on your car, truck, van, or SUV. Just ask for Chris or Andy. We'll pay you more, so come see us at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood. Thanks.
Things you'd rather do than deal with your current HR and payroll provider. Stub your toes. On purpose. Or sitting through a 4-hour seminar on funny dad jokes.
Okay, you guys hear me out. You know how celebrities stay cool? They have a lot of fans.
If you and your company are unhappy with the level of service you're getting from your current HR or payroll provider, make the switch to a company who cares. The Payroll Company. Our service is top-notch and worth switching for. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Got chronic joint pain but want to avoid steroids and surgery? Take some advice from pro football legend Emmitt Smith. Call QC Kinetics.
Let QC Kinetics help you improve your quality of life with biologic therapies that get your body to repair and restore damaged tissue.
These exciting new regenerative treatments from local medical professionals can help your body heal itself with lasting pain relief.
Trust me, you want to avoid surgery if you can. Check out these biologic treatments to see what your options are.
QC Kinetics, restorative, regenerative solutions with no downtime, no surgery, no drugs.
I'm talking about joint pain we all can relate to in your knees, your shoulders, your hips, and your lower back. They'll get you feeling good again.
Get relief now.
What are you waiting on? Make the call to QC Kinetics. Tell them Emmitt Smith sent you.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Acree and Wes Moore have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, the only man whose buyout is greater than Jimbo Fisher's has arrived in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. John Neighbors of our staff joining us for our final segment. John, let me tell you about Gwatney Chevrolet before we get out of here. And I will tell you that if you want to turn heads, John, you don't need to go to the gym. All you need to do is go to Gwatney and pick up one of the Corvettes they've got for purchase right now. They got a red one on the showroom floor and a white one that's been sitting out on the lot, although I drove it over the weekend. And I will tell you, James is going to have to get it back from me kicking and screaming because it is amazing how many comments I got on this thing over the weekend. Not to mention, my kid was really excited to ride around. It was a lot of fun, I'll tell you what. So it definitely is will bring the joy in driving back to you. If you have the means, I strongly encourage you to do it. It is so choice, as my man once said. Yes?
Is it more fun to drive on the streets of Little Rock or on the interstate?
It's more fun to drive through people's backyards, Wes, but that's really none of your business. No, I don't know. I honestly did not. That's what Maddox said. I drove him back from his game the other night in Benton, and he said you didn't really drive very fast. I was like, no, keep it under the speed limit, bud. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all that aside, they have 2 Corvettes for sale, which is very rare. Anyway, this month, 23 Equinox, $2,500 off and 1.9% interest. They've got 2023 High Countries over $6,000 off. We've been telling you about the Silverado deals, which are outrageous, as much as $9,000 off. So take advantage of the rebates, the financing options, and also if you've got a phone you don't need, doesn't matter. Apparently, they're just going crazy. They're giving $500 to anybody with a phone trade-in. I guess it can be an old Razor phone, flip phone, BlackBerry, whatever. Head on out to Gwatney Chevrolet and take advantage of it. And whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for. Now, James has told us he's got over 100 vehicles coming in over the next 60 days. So tons of selection as well, new and pre-owned as well. So anyway, GwatneyChevrolet.com is their website. Go by and see them. It's the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. It is Gwatney Chevrolet. Hello, John. I hope you had a great weekend.
I did have a great week. So that's your Corvette that you've been driving is out there?
It's their Corvette that I've been driving out there.
You don't deserve that.
I do not. I will tell you this. I actually made a bet with one of their former employees. We called it the Corvette bet. And if I lost, I had to drive like the smallest, least expensive car they had for a week. And if I won, I got the Corvette for a week. Well, the same weekend that I won the bet, like 2 days later, he left for another job. So I never got paid up on the Corvette. And James Miller has been kind enough to let me roll around in this thing this weekend.
That must be nice, right, Wes? To
The other
drive
thing
a
is-
Corvette around. Yeah, we're over here on Roosevelt with a busted accordion on the corner of the road trying to get money. He's over here driving a Corvette like it's nobody's
John's
business.
over here dropping movie lines. Anyway, so it is a convertible though, and I will tell you, it's really almost too hot to put the top down, John. It's really rough. It is first world,
of course. Yeah,
So
it's absurd. It
Hot
is a nice
seat.
car.
Talking about hot seats today, and Jimbo Fisher, his buyout's $76 million. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Mhm.
So how long do you think he will be at Texas A&M? And Christian, it was over 3 years to get down to a reasonable level in the buyout. Was that the deal?
No, I mean it stays at an unreasonable level until basically 20 million in 2028, I believe.
Okay. So they're stuck with him, right? Unless
Yeah.
they want to write him a $50 million check sometime soon.
Unless it gets so miserable that they find this like mutual, like, all right, hey, we're not going to pay you the full thing, but we'll pay you a lot of it. Just go away. I can see that happening.
Clint thinks they're going to take a big step forward this year. I won't be surprised if they win 7 or 8 games. Their schedule's not easy.
No, it's not easy, but again, it's just a matter of that Petrino angle. Does it work or does it not work? And if it works, they're going to be great. Like they could win 10 games if it works. I think so. They got the talent too.
By the way, I want to applaud you.
I don't think they'll win 10 games.
I think
They haven't
so.
won 10
I-
games yet with him.
No.
You think they're going to win 10 games this
No,
year?
no. I'm saying if it best case scenario, if it
Sure.
really works,
Oh.
they'll be a 10-win team.
My best case scenario if it works.
Isn't
They'll
Arkansas'
win
best
9.
case scenario 10 wins as well?
No, Arkansas's best case scenario is 12.
15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, actually, you can't. I don't think.
Actually, I said that, and you said there's no chance.
Well, they.
Yeah, you did.
No, they can't win 12.
There was a better chance that you could be governor than
Them win the national
12.
title. I said. I'd say they could win 12. They just have to play 15 to get to 12.
Hey, no, well,
But you can't do that.
If Vickery got,
Yeah.
yeah.
already played that card. Anyway, what's coming up on Out of Bounds? We had, by the way,
Yeah.
not to brag,
Yeah.
we had Hunter, Clint Sterner, and Ken Duke who won the champions event yesterday. We had a pretty good show today.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 I'd say were pretty good.
Oh,
I'll,
you
let
don't
you,
like-
I'll let you decide which are the other ones that aren't.
Wow, you don't like Sterner, huh?
I didn't.
Well,
you're the
he's
one
a
that
nut
said
guy,
it. You
you
guessed
know?
it. So
He can't have anything against Duke because he didn't care one way or the other about champions golf. And I know he loves Hunter Yurchek. So, wow, I'll have to.
he's a nut guy. He's an anti-Petrino guy, as I heard.
Oh, next thing you're going to tell me you don't like Anthony Lucas. And that'll get you a trip to hell, pal.
I actually do really like Anthony.
He's one of the
Lucas.
greatest human beings alive. I would hope
He's pretty
so.
great. Yeah.
All right.
So,
Okay.
anyways.
You're pretty okay too.
Thanks, man. So today we're going to have a Reaction Monday presented by Fleet Management Services, and we're going to have some practice report updates with Andrew Ellis who'll join us. And also, Trajan Jeffcoat was considered a bad man by Sam Pittman. So
Yes.
who is the baddest of men in Razorback football history then?
History.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
No, for the olds and the Utes.
That might be a good
Poll question on the zone that I snuck from you. So
No, it might be a good bracket at some point.
yeah,
That'd
I
be
could
fun.
do something like that.
Take your yard up to the next level with a Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA Tour caddy, and his landscape designs are inspired by some of the most beautiful golf courses around the world. Call Josh at 501-794-2770 for all of your landscaping needs. Flower beds a mess?